of the final reckoning.
You gotta love a bracket. As we are taking a look here, Nemesis TTV are going to be hanging out in that losers match. Both teams having incredible showings today, but Mbappe making their way through this top side into our winners finals against La Polleria. This is quite a match. I feel like La Polleria took down so many incredible teams. As I was looking at the bracket earlier, they dispatched Nemesis, they dispatched TTV, 3 tanks, 10 ball. Like, they just kept taking down big. No, sorry, not 3 tanks, 10 ball. Spinal. They just kept taking down huge squads, and now here they are in the winners finals. It's like a team that's incredible, full of a lot of players you know, but almost this dark horse that's moving through this entire bracket, dispatching everyone in front of them, as a dark horse does.
Okay. I mean, coming at you like a dark horse. Katy Perry, don't call, please. It's fine. That being said, though, La Polleria, San Juan, yeah, these are names that we know, but they have already gone through Spinal.
Katy Perry?
Yeah.
No,
I'm the only one fit to protect
she's not upset. She loved the mention.
Oh, well, there you go. We brought her into relevancy. See, this Pokemon Unite, it's not a MOBA. It's a lawsuit, just great
It's a lawsuit simulator.
Might
ready?
as well be at this point with the amount of references and celebrities we, just they were here probably and they called. But yeah, when you look at this team now, they, especially for a team like Spinal's that new Flareon's team, and they got taken down. So does Project Mbappe have something to slow them down, or will this dark horse keep carrying on through? Halloween might be behind us, but this headless horseman right now is looking very powerful.
Beautiful, my friend. Yeah, and what a squad here. I think players that people would probably recognize. Any sus Hitman on the side of La Polleria. We have Project Mbappe. This, I think a lot of people are looking at as possibly the new best team in North America. So many stellar players. We have Chris Smith, who if I'm remembering right, couldn't play last season or just was able to play like right at the
Hello,
end
Sal.
of it.
How are you?
Stellar player that's been waiting to jump into UCS for a long time. Ducky, Roland, today Kratos, apparently later Curios.
You like my soundtrack for this week?
So, what a squad.
Yeah, I mean, and we've seen this. I've followed.
It's
Chris
the Spraggles tournament.
Countless times.
It's just a mini tournament
We've
before
seen them be at
ACL.
number one on the ladder.
I followed Christmas countless times.
Countless times.
We're all finding opportunities to see what he's up to IRL.
Of course, and they're always at the top of the NA bracket ladder. They're
checking out the meta,
so
at least what's going on.
We've seen it actually do
with
pretty decently well
Unite.
and translating into a more competitive scene. You mentioned it. Last year, it was just at the tail end of the season that they were able to compete, but this is their full season. As we're leading to LAIC to actually see this player come up and do great things. We know that Overlord has left North America. So could Chris Smith be the second coming? Maybe. Who knows? Because he does play a lot of Pokemon. They do play the top lane Pokemon that Overlord was known to play in North America.
Wabbit.
Yeah, I mean, that is such an interesting storyline that I know is going to be a reoccurring theme throughout UCS this season, is going to be sort of the Titans from Luminosity. I feel like I've used the word Titan a lot today. I'm Zeus over here or something. The Titans from Luminosity are leaving. We have Slash going to, I believe, is it Taiwan to play?
Yes, they are going to Taiwan.
And then we have Overlord going to Japan, being picked up by the most dominant region in the game currently. So two of the biggest superstars in North America abandoned the scene, and that's the word I would like to use. Abandoned, which is what they've done. And now we have
I'm the only one going to protect her.
in North America. A region that's always been insanely competitive, but has had the biggest shining light in the world, being world champs. And now
they abandoned us, Cowboy, and we were left in the dusty trails. And, I'll miss them, but hopefully we'll see them again as they continue to be. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
By the way, let me know if the game audio is louder than Unite's audio.
They were the best, but you know what? You gotta remember what they were, man. You gotta remember the good times.
That's right. Yeah, I don't want to think of them as deserters, cowards. Greener pastures, people who run when the going gets tough. That's not how I want to remember them at all. And if anyone in the chat remembers them that way, well,
there absolutely is nothing you can do. But something we can do is kind of maybe potentially run a giveaway, because we've been giving away some nice little cards here. Maybe talk about LAIC, as this is kind of the last ditch. And I will say this, I can confidently say this is probably, if not the biggest grassroots off-season event of the year. So this is the last chance we actually get to see these teams. And you kind of
so long as both are fine.
Could Project Mbappe be that new North America team that people need to be threatened about, right? Do they get picked up? Can they perform?
If I should lower the game audio
a
bit, let me know.
North America, potentially it's like maybe finals, maybe Project Mbappe, maybe Nemesis. Because you're kind of seeing pieces of old put back together with some like couple of changes here and there. So nothing is fully set in stone. So with LAIC on the horizon, I think we get a bigger picture of where we're at.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you're right, we could run a giveaway right here. I've got some Napoleons to give away. You can chat just about anything at all. All I would like to say what team you think is the best in the game, or the best in the West.
Okay.
Every team except for Ricky.
I think I thought I wasn't. I wasn't allowed to. You know, I'm not like going breaking rules here, entering giveaways that I probably should not be in.
Oh no, kind of close.
I heard he's like a generational hater or something. Generational talent.
There's a rumor going around that Zoinks is a generational hater. I hate who's spreading this.
God, who could do that? It might be me. Not gonna lie, it might be me.
All right, here we are. Mbappe, La Porilla San Juan heading into our winners finals.
Yep.
And we've got our bands coming out here. Mega Charizard, stand right away.
I'm not surprised at all to see Mega Charizard put away. This Pokemon has just been so destructive on the ladder. Darkrai gonna be put away. And Project Mbappe taking away the Suicune and the Blaziken. The question is, will Mega Lucario find its way there? Now La Polleria has to decide, is that a Pokemon, or do they give it up, and are they even really scared of going up against something like Mega Lucario, who is available?
I want you to continue running this track.
I'm not sure if you've been watching this tournament, but Mega Luca hasn't been doing that well.
Listen, you are not Overlord or Slashcan. Abandoning me, leaving me to try on my own.
He's strong, but people have been
This
countering
is
him.
what's going to be exciting. Chris Smith is picking up the Mega Lucario, but a great job by La Polleria San Juan to take away the Zacian and the Blissey, because that's, in my opinion, I think that's one of the things that can make Mega Lucario shine, is a pocket healer who can just stay attached to them. And the theory is that they never go down because they do get healing.
At the moment, there's nothing to do in Dragon Ball, so it's like, well, back to Unite.
Stay away. No, they switch to the left, picking up the Urshifu like he knows how to play, and rolling in with that smooth criminal of the Eldegoss. Okay, I didn't realize how long it was gonna be, but holy moly, that's actually the name of the player, not actually my reaction. He's gonna be picking up these Snorlax, it looks like Hitman picking up the Mew. Great range.
And Bullion is fine. He got nerfed a bit, nice balance. Palmon is still very strong.
Meta relevant in some way, shape, or form. Stats get buffed, it's heavy, some cooldown reduction.
Probably outside of the Megas, he's like the most balanced of the all-rounders that were released.
Mbappe to pick Pokemon up, and it does look potentially that Crustle muscle, bring on the hustle, as Kratos is going to be picking up Latios, a Pokemon that still very good at attacking, and if you can get those stacks, those, I think it's called Eon. I always get Eon and Eos exception, I really do.
I think is it Aeon? He might have it wrong.
Wow, I might be wrong. I might just be wrong in general. Is it Aeon?
Eon.
We've got a Latios, and that is pretty exciting. We have not seen much Latios or Latias. My chat constantly refers to it, Latinas.
Oh gosh.
Only I can protect her.
It's just, at this point, it's canon, I think. Project Mbappe, however, picking up the Latios, I'm excited to see this in a game, for sure. It's going to be a slow start, a little bit of a slow burn, Casey Mustard.
Oh.
But if you can get this thing online, it can be incredibly powerful.
Nice call out there, but out of all of these, I would say it's.
He said nice call out.
You did say like if he had to wipe, it's an
I don't
emergency.
think anybody else enjoyed it. But
No.
I don't think they did. But I think you genuinely might have been like, nice call. You actually
No, I'm actually
not
impressed.
bad, actually.
Like not bad. I'm actually not upset. I think that's one of those that I'm gonna be like, nobody else will get it, but we will get it.
We'll enjoy it.
But as a Latino myself, I would say that Serena is more Latina than Latias. I get it, the letters are there, but and maybe I just really love Serena in general. As Mufasa does
kind of makes some sense there.
But kind of in this.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting, right? I feel like we've not
This
seen
girl already
a ton
died,
of
huh?
Zarina here today. Project Mbappe, your purple team. La Poria San Juan, your orange team. We've got a Zarina, we have a Latios, and we also have an Urshifu. No one heading into the central area to disrupt it. In fact, we have two slow-to-start all-rounders clearing out the center for both of these squads.
Yeah, Serena does get, it's actually can work out really well because at level 6 it's fully online, so coming out it might not be the best, being stuck at a little steamy, but once it gets to level 6 it's really good. But Christmas already going after Anysus, very aggressive, having the Mega Lucario doing this much damage. Anysus gets taken out as that eject button. That was swift, smooth criminal moonwalk away, Christmas.
Yeah, how beautiful was that? I mean, a nice KO, quick stack right there, almost level 5 already, ejecting right through that. Celestial now clearing out this center and heading to the top path. Huge start for Mbappe.
Yeah, this is how you want to be able to be on top of things. Mufasa did head to the bottom path to become level 6, unable to do so though, and now Kratos is looking for that level 5. Kind of right now, everything is looking really good for Project Mbappe, allowing Chris Smith, wow, forgot the player's name for 5 whole seconds there. But now Celeste being aggressive. Mbappe, we've seen this before. They have Roland it sticking around. Anysus is going to be taken down. Mufasa's in danger because they are not level 6, and that's 2 KOs. And Celeste is clearing the way, not to Viridian City, but to level 7.
I mean, Zarina not hitting the 6 there, not being able to fight back was devastating. Mbappe is so ahead in this match. It's incredible. They're winning on every aspect. You see multiple members of La Poria staying in the central area to stop them from invading right now. Celeste with an easy secure here on Reggie Drago. In the top path, we almost have level 7 on our Lucario, and we do after that team-wide
Is that Urshifu water?
All right, we have Roland
Yes, okay.
lurking, but Chris Smith is there just lurking with the power-up punch. They're going after Heavy. Heavy's going to be taken down, and that's another clean KO. Heavy being stuck at level 3. Not a chance in the world for this Chansey.
Yeah, this is quite tough for them, but we do have level 7 on this arena. So now it is time that they can actually fight. Anysus getting ready in the tall grass, just charging up these boosters right here. Here we have the Altaria. Chris Smith deciding whether or not they want to move in. They do with the power-up punch. Close combat finds the Snorlax, and a KO is taken.
Oh man, maybe I need to play more Mega Lucario because the way that close combat just absolutely shredded Snorlax was unreal. Snorlax didn't have a chance, did allow the rest of the members of La Polleria to be able to get away. Reggie Rock is already up. Power up punch by Chris Smith is looking good, and that is a secure as Anysus is taken down. And level wise, Project Mbappe need to change their name to Project Let's Get That Dub.
I don't know if they do, but it would be interesting if they decided to change their name in a moment like this, because they are absolutely crushing it in this match. I mean, what an impressive performance. Chris Smith already level 9. We've had multiple moments where they're almost egoing their opponents with these eject button plays. Just incredible stuff.
Celestial being able to get a good amount of shields with that liquidation, trying to stay alive, but we do see the Queen's Ascendant land onto the Crustle Hustle Muscle. Ducky's trying to get away. The Aura Cannon, which also means Chris Smith has unlocked Mega Evolution, Mega Stone, Mega Burst, Mega Close Combat. That is a 2 KO for Chris Smith, and the rest of Project Mbappe just trying to converge on in. That is a 30 cap 200 to a big old goose egg of 0 for La Polleria.
maybe
Jeez,
Project
this is
Mbappe needs
free.
to change the name to Project Runway, the way Chris Smith is absolutely strutting on them right now.
Oh my God.
Incredible. 200-0, winning every single fight. They gave them the Mega
is why I can't be a
Lucario, and they're going to be
commentator.
kicking themselves over this. I don't know if Serena has enough boots for it, though.
Those boots were meant for stomping and walking. That's just what they'll do. The question is, will they be stomping all over you, Project Mbappe? That is yet to be seen, honestly. But I will say right now, this Regieleki is posing so much danger, and these rock tombs from Ducky is so good to just kind of not only give vision, but also allows Kratos to always be at a safe distance.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to give it up to these incredible plays by some of these carry players, but they are facilitated by this incredible support core, right? It's something we love to mention.
Honestly, though, I won't lie,
Unite
I've been
because I
loving
don't think
Crustle.
they get the flowers
Crustle's
that
been
they
really fucking fun.
deserve, but these support players absolutely enable some of these crazy moments.
The breaking news, this is a public service announcement. Give your support some flowers because they deserve it as they're enabling these plays, as that Bliss assist did land on them. But Christmas says, I like flowers too, and rips those flowers away. They are strutting. They are looking so good. Anysus gets trapped. 3 KOs for Christmas and Project Mbappe. It's not raining men. It's raining Eos on Thea Sky Ruins.
It feels like it's also raining men as they're falling onto this no longer existent tier 2 goal zone. I think it's raining a lot of things. It's raining points in to the tier 2 goal zone that we absolutely love to say on broadcast. Reggie Steele now being ripped apart, 305 to 26. I mean, at some point they had to score something, and now they finally do.
Especially because Mufasa does actually have the attack weight attached, and that is going to be their first stack of the entire game. So not only did they not have a great flank early on, they also kind of don't have their stack. So they're not able to actually unleash the damage that we expect a Serena to be able to do. And then, again, the biggest key piece for any Serena player is managing that Queen's Majesty passive ability to get shields, to get health. That's what it's going to take. And along with that, La Polleria needs to make some big plays. Other than that, all their chicken is going to be cooked.
Yeah, this is just, it's really bad for them right now. I mean, there's no way to spin it. This is just a terrible start. And I say start, but the match is like careening towards the end of it. 3 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock here. They're not able to pick up some of these
slaughter,
kills.
dude.
Chris Smith
Holy
back
shit.
in with the Unite move on that Mega. Trying to score here in the bottom path with this Zarina. Not able to put in even 8 points. Double KO off screen. Latios picks up another as Roland is helping this push. We've got the power nap. We're going to decide if they want to fight or not. But we still have some timer on this Mega Lucario, so I think they want to fight.
They want to fight. This dog is going in, but they decide to move away. This Latinos, aka Latios on Kratos, has been doing massive amounts of damage. And once again, credit to Ducky to not allowing anybody to really reach Kratos as Kratos locks in at level 13. Things are not looking real good for La Polleria. They might have this chicken that is very uncooked. Don't do that. You'll get salmonella. It's going to hurt.
Yeah, you'll get salmonella, La Polleria. I mean, it's just not smart, guys. I would make sure that you cook your chicken, but I think Project Mbappe is handling that just fine. As we have an objective ready to spawn here in the top path. I really don't think there's much that we can do on the orange side here, but it looks like Project Mbappe deciding to not even fight for it. They are going to instead take their positioning around the Groudon pit.
That is so smart. Positioning is such a powerful technique. And it looks for like La Polleria San Juan. They've just kind of clustered up all together, almost like they're all in the same bush, just trying to ambush, trying to draw somebody in. And that person might have been Ducky, though. Luckily, the Cotton Guard is there to kind of protect them. Now, Groudon is the center of attention.
Honestly, looking at, I just saw their comp.
Ripped apart, the secure goes over to the side of La Polleria. It is the Zacian as they're moving forward, trying to score. 1 KO goes down. Kratos is able to take that red buff, and now they are running towards the other side. Mew looking to score in the top path, but with multiple members of Project Mbappe and Groudon buffs, it looks like they come back at this. Look at the close combat. A little too close for comfort from La Polleria.
I'll be honest.
They're just getting ripped apart. That's a
they have
triple
secure
KO for the Mega Lucario.
They have secure, but they have no
I need to go
damage.
get myself some Dramamine because I was gagging at the fact that that rock tomb just kept everybody there into a capsule for Christmas to go in and just unleash.
That team had no damage.
That close combat. That was not close combat. That was a close encounter of the Pokemon Center because you are not.
I love Groudon. I fucking love Groudon so
that.
much.
And 19 KOs for Christmas? I don't know, Cowboy. I think Mega Lucario might be a pretty good Pokemon.
This is the first time Mega actually did well.
Lucario has not had the most stellar day, but boy, in this match, it absolutely did.
He did have an emergency.
I mean, I know we were talking about supporters needing their flowers, but
I think that was
AFK
timer.
You know, buying their own
Should we?
right now.
Since he did say he might have an emergency, I think this might be the case. Should we find a sub?
Yeah, it might be the best idea.
Let me see if my friend can. I'm not sure she's off this before.
Over 50,000.
Okay.
That, you know, you're better at math than I ever could be.
The math is quick. That's the quickest I could do.
And it's pretty good. I would say it's pretty good. I would give you a passing grade. I didn't say it's an A, but yeah, it passes. But what I will say is that, yeah, the Christmas was just completely unloaded. And yeah, he doesn't need no Miley Cyrus. He bought himself flowers. He doesn't need anybody. I think if anything, he took the flowers away from La Polleria because clearly a Polleria would also not only sell chicken, they would 100% sell flowers. Don't fact check me on that though, because I might be wrong, which I never am, but this might be the one rare occurrence.
I doubt it is. It's so unlikely that you'd be wrong here. You just haven't been before. As we're taking a look at some of the big moments in the match, obviously, with 19 KOs on Mega Lucario, you're going to see a lot of
just
Christmas
search
right
for
here.
an off tank or
Biz
range. You can search for a tank or off Biz range.
But they were not able to do much with it. The KOs went
Yeah,
back the other way. The
message
points
Kenny really
continued
fast.
to rain in. And what a match for Mbappe. I mean, what a dominant performance. Just absolutely incredible. It was not close.
Not even a little, which means La Polleria needs to go back into their shop, turn the page, and decide, okay, what other cut of meat do we have to be able to make these plays? Because clearly what they brought, which even looking at it on paper, it doesn't look horrible, but I think the big key piece, at least specifically in this match, was Christmas on the Mega Lucario, come in tandem with the Crustle locking them down with those rock tubes.
I mean, the question is how do you want to draft right here, right? Obviously, Mega Char is on the chopping block, but now Mega Lucario might need to be stolen away. The ban's coming from Mbappe. We have the Hoopa, we have the Suicune. Mega Char on the other side, and we're looking for our second ban.
We're looking for the second one, and it does look like Darkrai might be up for the chopping
block. Mega Char
is Mega
way
Lucario
too strong.
is still very available.
That mon is toxic as fuck.
I'm surprised to see that La Polleria would allow that to go through again. And yes, they actually target Celeste instead with the Urshifu. So the question is, do they take something, or is this IQ like level 1000 of like, we want you to take the Lucario so we can take away the Crustle? And if I'm wrong, then you didn't see anything and I didn't make that claim.
Well, we'll see what they end up doing. I mean, obviously, this is a no-brainer pick. It feels like from Mbappe right here, but two strong picks on the other side. We have Blissey, we have Zacian. Zacian performed really well. It was probably one of the standout performances from La Polleria last game.
Yeah, I mean, already we're seeing a very similar draft. Obviously, Urshifu was banned out by La Polleria, so they do not have that available. But Ducky was hovering over this earlier. Volan going to stick to their guns. They're going to stick with the Cotton Ball, and they're going to secure once again earlier in the draft this time because they want to keep that combo. We saw how destructive it was in game number 1, and I think they really feel very good and very comfortable about bringing it into game number 2.
Here we go. We have the Mew. We have the Snorlax. Final couple of picks over to Mbappe. I don't know if they want to switch up too much, but obviously we are not going to have the Urshifu or Celestial. We're going to have to see what other looks they have. A target ban, I think, is always very exciting.
Target bans. I love going to Target. Oh, you mean Target like, oh, okay. You're talking about the game. Right, of course. Yeah, I knew what you meant. But we have double Luca from what it seems onto the side of Prog Mbappe. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited to see two dogs out on the same side.
What was that?
A Pokemon that was kind of talked
I'm gonna
about
put up
briefly
PF.
is
I'm not getting a response from Kenny,
We've
but I'll
seen
just
the
ping
Electro
Ricardo
Ball
as well.
build, but we've
to let him
also
know
seen
that
the stored
we're gonna try and
powered
find a
build.
sub.
So which one will Kratos go for? I do feel like lately North America has been going more of the Electro Ball Thunderbolt route, but it's not to say that we won't see Sword Power at some point.
Yeah, I think Electro Ball Thunderbolt is probably the better build in most situations, but
it's
if
the
you
better
don't have to
build
stress too
in
much
general
about what's diving you on the other side and you allow yourself to just use stored power, chip away at your opponents a ton.
I've been
They
watching
have a
so much
muscle
like
band, they
streams
have
and
a
playing
curse incense, so they can kind of
off stream
spread
as well.
around this curse damage
Since
a
Stored
ton.
Power got
It
buffed
could be a real
and
nice
Electro Ball got
combination. If I remember
slightly
right, I feel
nerfed,
like I've
it's
seen
like a slap
Kratos
on the
play
wrist
that
nerf.
more, but there's no question either build is totally viable.
Yeah, the
Stored
muscle
Power
band
has
does
just
make
been
you
losing.
feel like it will be stored power just to have those kind of like auto like attack damage carry Pokemon. A Pokemon that I wasn't expecting to see that I haven't even mentioned yet is Mufasa being on the Aegislash. Not a Pokemon that we see a lot, especially in competitive play. But when your backs are up against the wall and you're trying to do stuff, I think the reason they brought it though is because they can slow things down a little bit with the wide guard, you know, especially with Lucario going in. It's really good counter to all-arounders or speedsters. So maybe the theory is we can try to slow things down a little bit. And look at Christmas and Celeste wearing similar outfits. We should get matching cowboy hats.
I mean, this is something we talk about a lot, that we should get matching cowboy hats, and I do think this is the time to get into it as we head into our match right here. Project Mbappe, your purple team. La Polleria San Juan, your orange team. I know I don't pronounce it as good as you, but I'm trying real hard, I gotta be honest.
You know what? And I gotta be honest with you. I think you're doing a stellar job at making the pronunciation. You know what? You are invited to the carne asada. You are Latino approved, therefore you can come to the cookout.
Oh wow, that's incredible! I didn't even know that was on the table. That's pretty amazing.
Well, there you
we head
go.
here to the top path. Christmas once again super aggressive, and it looks like AnySus is actually kind of afraid based on what happened last match. They don't want to make that mistake again because Christmas never slowed down.
No, those first two KOs really set Christmas up to be level 5 very early on. And for those that already didn't know, you are locked into Power Up Punch. There is no Mega Lucario Extreme Speed. Let's not get a little crazy here. But 4 members, 4v4, and the Extreme Speed is going to be the one that Celeste decides to go. They get pushed up against the wall. Christmas is going in. That is 2 big major KOs. AnySus is trying to counter back. Hitman also, but no. AnySus trying to at least take Ducky down. Ducky gets pushed out with the surf, and they make it to safety as the Rock Tomb catches them. And just like before, Christmas has the final KO.
Yeah, nice stuff here from Christmas, just seeing what they can get done in this top path. A bit of a better showing in this first fight from La Polleria, but at the same time, it really feels like Mbappe is in control of a lot of this. Even after the fight doesn't go super well for Mbappe and they give a KO, Mew overextends and gets taken down.
Yeah, Mew is very... Oh, we see Celeste. Who needs Mew when you have 2 dogs who... I don't know how you can even keep track of these 2 being stuck together. And the thing about the boosted auto combos that come out of Lucario, it creates a little bit of a stun, but the sword might be saying, you shall not pass, as the sword cuts them down to size.
Wow, what a play right there, taking down both of the Lucarios here. You know, they say inside of us there are 2 wolves. Well, inside of the Pokemon Center are both of those dogs right now.
Those dogs are just unleashed, and I do believe that is a Shadow Claw Aegislash, not something you typically see. You mostly see the Sacred Sword, but no, it's actually the Shadow Claw creating a little bit more stun, a little bit more of a reach, and it's paying off. These wide guards are what slowed Celestial down and gets the KO. All of a sudden, there might be a little bit of a shift here, because if Mufasa can continue this type of momentum and tempo up, oh, that is spelling out absolute trouble. I can't spell. I also can't do math, but I can say the word.
I think that's basically all you need at this point. ChatGPT just does the rest of it for us. As we get the red dice here in the top pass, no points on the side of Mbappe, 50 for La Polleria. This is actually going completely different from game number 1, and I can't believe the secret sauce might be the Aegislash.
You know, they say the greatest way to cook a carne asada is to have a good marinade, and right now, La Polleria might have brought out that marinade because right now, they are ready to cook, they are making plays, but you gotta be careful because Project Mbappe might be invading this party as they go in, they unleash the Unite move from a Alolan Raichu, they get taken down, the two dogs are here, comboing it up, Regieleki finds its home, and the question is, can they get the points, and as a bunch of KOs and Unite moves get unleashed, Kratos gets taken down, and the two members of La Polleria get sent home cooking. As right now, this Mew is going to be taken down.
What a fight from Mbappe right there. I mean, just keeping the pressure on the entire time. I have to say, that felt like absolute chaos to me as you were calling it. Like, I didn't know where to focus in that for even a moment. It was just fireworks going off from all over. Well, Project Mbappe, baby, you're a firework right now. You're right back in this thing. Katie,
Katie, Celestial gonna be picking up. They are trying to get the buffs ready. Enisa's trying to make their way uptown. They want to party it up. Meanwhile, right now, Project Mbappe still has a really good job having both Lucarios available to them. A lot of power. Christmas and
Trying having to look at the Vieira now instead of the lava.
At least 200 times already.
So.
Just in 5 minutes alone of being able to distinguish the two. Couldn't you have picked different outfits once again? We should get those cowboy hats.
I think they wanted it to look like this. I think they wanted to go to Sadie's right here, confuse their opponents a little bit about what is coming in. And honestly, I'm very much here for it, even though it has been pretty chaotic. Celestial moving into this fight. We have the Unite from the Raichu, but it doesn't really find much at all. However, we have the Aegislash going down right away. Mew with a beautiful secure from 10 miles away. What a solar beam.
Wow, the question is, will they walk 5,000 more than would walk 500 miles? But they shot that from a billion light years away. Great job, but it might not matter. Power Knife does come up. Our cannon did go flying, and look at the way, holy, they are just getting shredded by this Lucario, unable to fully converge, and Mufasa pushing back, trying to get some KOs. Aegislash unleashes its Unite move, and right now La Polleria, they are cooking up one mean chicken.
Wow, look at that. I mean, yeah, absolutely roasting them. Very Kenny Rogers here as they push them off that tier 2.
Ooh, crit, baby.
Fight. I mean, these two teams are absolutely throwing down in game 2. Game 1 was a bit of a tragedy, but the comeback is here, greater than the setback. What a game 2. And this Aegislash absolutely on fire.
Just when I thought
whoa, I'm on Darkin. There's a huge ass damage difference.
And make another reference to Kenny Rogers' chicken.
Oh my god.
I just can't beat that. That's top tier cooking right there.
It's not about beating it. It's all live, my friend. I mean, let's face it. You and I are having a bit of a silly goose time out here. And I think that's all we're really trying to do.
We're having a grand old time, but holy Kira, they need to be able to not allow this Regieleki to go 188 to 110. Level, besides that, Project Mbappe does have a little bit more advantage to them. Celestial using all those resets for extreme speed. They're trying to get to level 14, and that's the thing. If you can target all those enemies in a close group, those extreme speeds, those resets, they do massive amounts of damage across the board. And now, just like that, an Aegislash is cut down and put back up on the map.
It really does feel like Mbappe, while ahead in this match, is much closer
Going towards
than
3.
game number 1. But they are in control in a lot of these fights. It's so impressive to watch. And the two Lucarios, I don't know if they're dazzling their opponents the way they are dazzling us.
Arrow Club.
I genuinely can't tell them apart at times. And it's kind of crazy watching them both bounce.
Yeah, I mean, they are a dazzling gleam to just watch and enjoy, knowing that these two Lucarios are even able to be picked up on the same team. I do think La Polleria was hoping that this Aegislash would kind of slow them down just a little bit more.
Yeah, you could have
so
double
far,
licenses in the same team.
does seem to have control, and I mean, we talked about how good La Polleria has been. But could this be the moment that they get 2-0'd and be sent down to losers? Well, we are at the 2-minute mark. Bang a gong, get it on, because Groudon is here.
Groudon is here, and we see Hitman just leveling them with damage right now. But look, the rip is happening immediately. They take it. They zone them out completely. They didn't even give them a second to move in. Now Mufasa is in some trouble, kicking him off the cliff, picking up one paw after another, and
Monks,
they
my
are
buddy.
gone. Mbappe runs to score.
Okay.
Wow, I blinked and it was over. I'm pretty sure I looked away for the screen for half a second, and I'm hearing you call. They shredded it. Points, it's raining. My goodness, it's raining Aos. Hallelujah. It's raining Aos because right now with a deficit of about, quick math says about, I don't know, let's say like 600 points.
Like
It
those
is
fish?
that much.
Something like that.
6, 7, something like that. I'm glad you got on there. Something like that. Is that
Check your
amount
diva.
of a climb is so much more difficult to be able to get over.
Right after.
Yeah, this is the game. What a match from Mbappe. I mean, what a series. He absolutely loved it. Game 2 was a nail biter, so much closer. But I do love it when a team decides to just end it, decides to shut the door on right now.
Yeah.
Because if you're not gonna make the play, you're gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, in a stellar fashion, they just closed the door, nobody's knocking, and they do cross the threshold of a 4-digit number. They did it. They have crossed 1,000 to a team, mind you, that has just been the dark horse trailblazer in the winner side. Finally, they can be put to rest in the loser side, mind you. Just loser side.
I mean,
By Project Mbappe.
What a match from Mbappe. What 2 games from Mbappe in a row. The first one, not even close, but this one, I mean, so impressive there near the end. It's just fantastic. If you take a look at the scoreboard right here, 1,018 to 110. Quick math on that, over 50.
Wow, that is just absolutely insane. Kratos actually was the big KO maker here with 11 KOs to their name. Roland, once again, that smooth criminal with 19 assists. And that's kind of the story of the team. When you look at their assists, everybody had almost double-digit assists because the team was always working together in tandem, working with Celeste, Christmas, Ducky. Everybody was a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And Kratos, I've always said this. When you look at an attacker, don't always necessarily look at the damage dealt, but rather how much damage they took. Because the lower that is, that means their defender was doing their job. They were unreachable.
54.
Yeah, and Ducky had so many moments.
I am Logrith,
Incredible.
servant
It
of
was really
Zodiac.
tough for Zodiac to do much in to target.
I shall restore the power of darkness to its star. Present.
Bouncing around this
Future.
environment in crazy ways. One of them
Infinite
getting insane
possibilities
damage.
condensed into a
Driving
single
all the way to the
moment.
backline and then back through. So effective.
Ooh. I'm in the middle.
Just so destructive, so powerful. Just, like, I know I joked a little bit that it was hard to keep track of where they were, but just as hard as it might have actually been, La Polleria couldn't keep track because you have one dog who's dashing around, and then the moment they disappear, the other one comes in with 1,000 fists thrown at your face. So, yeah, it was really hard to deal with. Meanwhile, you have an Alolan Raichu behind you, Russell, just always at the defense, always looking good, and honestly, just a great job. And it really goes to show the powerhouse that Project Mbappe can be when given the tools.
Okay.
Well, I mean, again, it's been one of those things that I feel like is looked at as
Just center it up.
Josh Lee for that slot here in North America.
Really can do.
Succumb to the darkness.
But if I were them, I would be thinking like that. They could be winning that big.
The way they're playing, I would not be surprised. They need to be there, have a little bit of representation from North America because we're abandoned.
Ruination.
We just need a better team. We just lost our best player to Japan.
Check your debuff. Yeah,
We'll be back.
Wow! Why did you leave?
single
Our
stuff.
chaotic
What the
dark.
fuck?
Descend and quench light.
A1D.
1-3, right? swap if you have to. So ready to pop in. Get ready to knock back. Dash back in and then group up.
Shadow fall.
Nicely done. He's spawning on A, probably.
Damn, didn't get the GCD.
Her awakening is
Yep, see.
incomplete. Their memories weakened and
One GCD. Two GCD.
such impediments to our resonance must be expunged. Come to me, Hreysvalga.
Get ready. Go.
Target target.
I shall
Pops in.
breathe a new dragon song. I told you it would make a great necklace. Oh, it's beautiful. I think it's
Ready
a
to
really
strike.
Me? But I thought you should have it.
B side.
Oh, I'll solo both, by the way, so don't worry about it.
Go.
They're even.
Light and
Away from C.
gather to me.
Stack with the group. Stack with the group. Beach.
Oh, you meant. I see.
Good. Focus on A.
Pain shall be fleeting, joy everlasting. As I wish it, so shall the river of time flow.
One. Actually, I didn't maintain habits. Well, we were fucked anyway.
Light and darkness.
Not bad though.
Gather to me.
No, not bad at all.
I got lucky that I got one of the wings. The other ones I'm not that sure about.
Yeah, I think both tanks were on the same side,
Yeah.
so you got
That's
the
the-
charge effect from it.
Yeah. I was supposed to be on the right, you're supposed to be on the left. That was the first time I've seen P4. Oh my god.
As they join a CT party. Come on. We gotta see P4 more. Damn.
Lo and behold, I
you
was
got there at
right.
We showed you can do it, so it's okay.
Really? City parties with FOF memes? That's why I don't watch Party Finder.
They're not FOF memes, believe it or not. They're P3 memes more than anything. I'm talking about, like, the very first mechanic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But good shit, guys. Good shit.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Ricardo missed me. He's back, but he doesn't want to ruin the momentum, so he'll be here if they end up leaving.
Okay.
The sub.
Let's continue then. That was my first CT in 4 weeks. Goddamn. Well, you guys studied though.
Jump scare.
That is the good thing,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
You guys did study, which is really, really good.
Oh, so do you want the first 1-7?
I'll
Or
do
you're
both.
saying you're
I'll do
taking
both. I'll do both.
Okay.
I'm used to doing both. I know you should practice it, but I'm just used to it. Sorry.
Alright.
I'm the only one fit to protect her.
This is Spartan.
You're no match for me. A feeble
Hey, they saw the prog point at least in like the first pull. That's a win for sure.
come. Show me your
Okay.
strength.
2-4. Practice again. Fire safe.
Light flaming.
Lightning 1. Lightning 2. Fire 3. And fire 4.
And crit. Oh hell yeah, baby.
Any power.
Have at it.
What a fun game.
Why am I on
Thanks,
here?
Light.
Only I can protect her.
Hold on.
MP.
1 second. Am I on broadcast? Can everyone hear me on broadcast?
We stoke the fires of conflict.
What a world of a difference when I go on tank, huh?
Feeling pretty good. Yeah, I think just a little bit of a technical. I don't know if we communicated that we were switching it up. So I guess Zero is Spraygold and I'm still me. But yeah, I think we're kind of just we're just two guys hanging
Out
out.
swap.
I don't know if the broadcast can hear Zero.
1-3. Going towards 4.
The light shall usher in peace.
Arrow Club, kind of. Not the same.
It is a grand.
Stillness
Okay.
breathe.
I think we are getting it worked out. We're back. We're so back. We're so back. Well, okay. We are going to talk about what match we haven't had while we get this sorted out. It is going to be Nemesis and La Poeria San Juan. There's my casting partner for this set.
I just no. I heard that I was confusing production a little too much, and I was looking a little too much like Fragle, so I was like, all right, let me switch back into my regular clothes that I was wearing. So I took off, you know, the cool cowboy hat. That's how I was able to switch so easily between Fragles and that. That's why it looked like in an instant, but it's fine. We're here now, Kyle.
We are so happy. Nemesis La Joyeria. This is a rematch, right? So we did not get to see this game on broadcast, but up in those winners, I believe they were the winners semifinal. La Joyeria took them down. Or yeah, winners semifinal. So this is a rematch. Nemesis obviously did not get the best of them. So they're definitely going to want that salty run back. Got O2'd. What do you think that they have in their tank left in this game? It's been a little bit of a lower bracket run for them. They took down TTV.
North Coast fast.
And then now they're here. They're back against the team that sent them down.
Check your
Maybe
T-Bone.
maybe switch it up here.
Just like in real sports,
There's
momentum
after.
is a big key piece in any esports situation. And right now, La Polleria San Juan, they're not looking too good in terms of having that momentum. Nemesis does have a little bit of momentum going into them. La Polleria just got 2-0'd and potentially crushed, if that's the word you want to use, when it went up against Project Mbappe. So they are on the downward momentum, and they need to be able to lock in if they want that run back into the grand finals. But right now, Nemesis, they're keeping themselves cool. The question is, do these teams have enough in the tank?
What does she wear?
Or has it's been a relatively long event?
It is a masculine
So
one.
do they have what it takes to muster
Yeah,
up
okay.
one extra game? While this is losers finals, it is still a best of 3.
So different than the rest of that lower side bracket, which has been best of 1. This is, I guess, a money match, right? This is for, well, I guess this is determining who's going to get second place, who's going to get third place. Each one of these 3 teams that's remaining, Nemesis, La Polleria, and Project Mbappe, all have a share of that prize pool. But who's going to get a little bit more here? Who's going to have that shot to win the majority of it? And those winners are, I guess, the grand finals. And Nemesis, I mean, they're probably pretty happy to at least be in 3rd place, but no team is happy settling for 3rd place. They want 2nd. They want 1st. They want it all.
I mean, hey, the old saying goes, third's the nerd, and I might be that guy, but second's the best. Not in this case, because we might be able to win that cash money in 1st place. But regardless, Project Mbappe has shown that they have been a top team. That's why they are sitting, waiting to see one of these teams duke it out. Nemesis, a team that is very well known in North America. It's the team that's been around for so long. And Fraggles, I mean, I am Fraggles, I might look like it. I talked about it a little bit before. They're kind of like a Humpty Dumpty. The question is, with their puzzle pieces put back together again in Trainer, Rex, and then you have some new pieces like Machisel, Metallic, and Bora, can they make a squad that works effective? And as we're getting into game 1 and the fans, big fans, we'll have to see if they have what it takes to take down La Polleria.
So we got the bands in. I know very rudimentary Spanish. It's okay.
You're also invited to the Continental Island.
Alright, so bands already. Zacian, Darkrai, Blissey, Megachar, Mega Lucario, and Miraidon. Miraidon was one of those Pokemon that I thought we would see a ton of today, and we certainly have. I don't think we've seen it banned a lot.
No, it's not cool when you see banned a lot, and I guess they were afraid because Bora does play a really mean Miraidon, so that might be more of a target pick than anything. Kira's going to be picking up the Suicune and Blaziken for Mufasa. Interesting, though, by Rex to go very quickly into Clefable as the support Pokemon that they felt the most comfortable with, meaning I got to imagine they're going to have a less movement-oriented team, which we're seeing already with Ichiro, who is playing the all-arounder. And Trainer LGC, this year for UCS, they are going to be playing more of a defender support, where in years past, they were typically the central jungler, farm, carry Pokemon.
Which is really interesting, you know, the role swap. It's a very different type of role, but I think there's a lot of transition that will happen, and I think it's not as surprising as one may think. Obviously, those central area Pokemon are going to be focused on dealing damage. For someone that is going to be following up with damage, they certainly know how to initiate that engage, which I think is a perfect pick for them, is going to be that Mamoswine. They're already rounding things out, and I am super excited about this gutter pick from La Polleria, which is going to be Scyther. It says a scissor, but we can almost guarantee any sus is going to be playing the Scyther.
I mean, when you see a full heal weakness policy, all I can think is of like the Pokemon anime and it going, Scyther! Just like as it's going in, because that's kind of what this Pokemon does. Scyther acts more like a speedster more than an all-arounder like the way Scizor does. Scizor's a lot more brawly, in-your-face type of Pokemon, but overall, I do like the fact that Metallic's kind of switched into that role. That's who they were. They were the Central Path Pokemon for UCS and Nemesis last year, and so, again, I think you hit the point right on the nail, Kyle. That transitioning from that carry
it's so funny, like,
to now a defender.
It's actually so funny to see how bad Scizor is.
Look for to enable those KOs for your teammates. So while it is peculiar and there are personal reasons why trainers decide that, this is going to be really well. In the end, they have reported before that they tend to be more of a flex player, but at least for the mainstay, they do plan to be that defender, which allows them to engage, and hopefully him and Metallic can be that 1-2 punch.
I'm excited to see this game. We are going to see this Clefairy head to the bottom path. They'll see what La Polleria can do here. This is going to be game 1 of your lower brackets finals, best of 3. So we get 3 full games in this lower bracket. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Anysus is actually going to be heading up into the top path with this, which is going to be the Torchic. They want to prioritize getting that Blaziken. Meanwhile, Rex does have the special attack specs attached, so their stacks are actually going to be very pivotal, so they can get massive amounts of healing. And it looks like in the meantime, they're going to take advantage of that, and they're going to say, yeah, they're going to allow this stuff able to get those stacks.
Yeah, poor Reach having a really tough time dealing with this Snorlax and Mew with those last hits. However, does salvage a little bit of that wild Pokemon experience with that last hit on MD. Water Gun a great secure, but you're going against the Snorlax, which is making it difficult. Getting almost caught out. Focus Band, I think, saves that Snorlax.
Yeah, Focus Band was the key playmaker there to be able to stay alive. That's not something you want to be caught out. We've seen how teams, when you're able to get that early KO, can just do massive amounts of damage. But it does look like Metallic is going to be heading uptown, try to get an early flank onto any stop as they do go in with a tri-attack. Get the KO. Suicune's still there, though. Heavy is going up against Machisler. They eject away. Metallic's looking for them. And I think Heavy might have run out of a little bit of steam as Metallic's going to get the final hit.
Great movement here from Metallic, weaving in and out, dodging a lot of the
I'm glad there was a tournament so I could at least listen and watch in the background while there's downtime mechanics.
Trainer LGC gonna do a little bit of disruption here against Anysus.
Anysus trying to take Trainer down. Trainer not only getting vision, but also potentially was setting up for a little bit of an enabler, trying to slow down Mufasa. Because when Mufasa does get to level 8, especially level 7, just having that overheat in time for these first engagements is very dangerous. And it does look like Anysus and Hitman are going to be going after this Regidrago. Nobody really contesting it. Rex might go look at it momentarily, but this should be going to La Polleria.
Certainly does. Scyther gets the last hit, so a little scoring speed bonus for that Scyther, a little bit of global experience for La Polleria, which I honestly kind of needed it, right? Level 8 on that Dodrio is getting increasingly difficult to deal with, so La Polleria is going to look to maybe push this T1 goals up, but kidnapped by the Chisel.
Machisel gets the kidnap, almost gets the KO on Anysus. Overheat, I want to be a cowboy, baby, says Mufasa as the eject from Trainer to use the Ice Fang. We have seen so many good eject Ice Fang plays. We saw it from Ducky earlier, but now we're seeing it from Trainer just to get that KO. So valuable for the side of Nemesis.
It's like almost like Trainer plays the carry role and knows like, okay, what do I need to do to help my jungler, my central area Pokemon, and it's really setting up them, setting up the Chisel on that Buzzwall. So it's looking pretty good. Reggie Ice up in the top path. Machisel gets the best of Anysus here.
Oh, any sus, more like any bug is gonna be here. Nothing's slowing them down. They do see the Blaziken try to get away. They're trying to make a little bit of a push here, but Chisel's trying to get a little score in. It's a big 11 overcap. Overheat is launched.
Wait, that just reminded me when you just said that, Cell.
Get frozen in time.
Didn't Scyther win Worlds?
Slipping away to safety.
And that's a big kind of return.
Yeah, Scyther won Worlds.
Getting those 3 KOs right there. Level 9 now has access to their Unite move. And you still have this basement objective that is looming down there, right? It's Reggie Alecki. That Niner team has really prioritized up until this point. Both teams have that T1 goal zone, so we're in for probably a little bit of a scuffle down here as I think La Polleria a little bit late to the line.
A little late to the party. La Polleria, you know, they're always fashionably late, and just like that, Bora Reach spinning around. They have the snipe shots available to them, especially if they have the eagle eye in the sky like Doob Snacks normally does to be able to get these shots. And let me tell you, Bora Reach doesn't have to reach that far because these shots are very much on target, unlike Zoink. Sorry,
man.
Catching strays.
All right. That's cold. That's cold. He's like in the other Discord call. I mean, he can hear you.
I know he can.
Right now, halfway through the match, it's seemingly in Nemesis' favor. If they can find a KO on Scyther once again, that could be even better for this late game.
Late game is good, and he's also trying to get another KO in there. They have just been so aggressive. You know, the cool kids talk about 6-7, but let me tell you, this Scyther.
Alright, what's this 6-7 mean?
Team as they have just been pushing them back. And right now, La Polleria San Juan, they look like they're still got their engines rolling.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about the Scyther all we want, but this Mew is looking even better, right? Like, every time I'm looking, there's a Electro Ball flying from it, a Mewsted Auto, a Solar Beam that's hitting multiple targets, and Hitman is having themselves a quiet but very strong game on this Mew.
I mean, they're to their nickname, right? They are the Hitman. They are the one just waiting, lurking, trying to do damage. Trainer gonna set up a KO. Triple trample going in. They're looking for more. Trainer ejects once again. Enabling Metallic. And this is what we were theory crafting. The fact that Trainer has this knowledge to set up these plays. And right now, Metallic is answering every single call that Trainer is putting on the field.
Find a way to slow down this Mammoth Swine if you're La Polleria, because this thing is going absolutely bananas right now. Those ejects, those Ice Fangs are doing exactly what you need to do. And La Polleria has like no response. And now you have Nemesis with another Reggie Drago.
Reggie Drago's on their line. Bora's trying to get those downs, and that Rex able to get the final KO on the Blaziken. Rex is now level 11, by the way, because they were able to get such a pivotal KO.
I think they might have used their Unite move for that. I couldn't really see because I think it was off screen for a moment. But either way, incredible work here from the support player. Snorlax gonna push and shove a little bit, try to get a little bit of space for La Polleria. There's the freeze from Suicune.
That is the big Unite move, allowing them to push them out. But Chisel trying to stay in the game, but they get knocked out. Trainer gets sussed out, and now Reggie Licky is gonna be the low price of $3.99. Easy for the taking, but Heavy's just working their dog tail off, trying to get this poor Reggie Licky. Somebody help this dog out, okay? Suicune is not meant to rip it all on their lonesome selves. Able to do it though, and look at that sniper from Bora Reach out of nowhere, just threading that needle to get that KO.
Yeah, that was pretty big. But also I want to point out there, in that basement fight where La Polleria got those 3 KOs, Anisus in the top lane that entire time. So they won that fight without their main damage carry. So good stuff here from La Polleria. 30 seconds into our first round on.
You beat me to the eye joke.
Game number 1, and right now it's a very close game. Nemesis does have quite a bit of level advantage with this Dodrio, and they do have a little bit of spatial advantage, right? That T2 goal zone is down. They're gonna have potential for this top Reggie spawn.
I can't aggro.
Get it. That could be a very pivotal
That's what I meant by eye joke.
Pivotal buff indeed, but Trainer's going in. Picks up a target. The block does come out. The Juicy Mufasa does have to use their eject button. Trainer, you already expended their Unite move. They thought this was the fight, but now we already see Hitman is getting ready to go. Bang a gong, get it on. Groudon has landed on Saiyan Sky Ruin.
Already starting out. There's a Unite move from Scyther. Unfortunately, unable to get any sort of KO. Going to be healing it up from this Corral.
Nice.
That is exactly why you
Easy mode, baby. Oh, this isn't as easy as easy
a
mode.
little bit. They thought that that was going to be the fight.
Least is definitely easy mode.
Unite Economy. No Dozreal, no Inteleon, no Maelstrom Unites.
But like you said, Rex having those stacks is able to keep Machismo and Trainer healthy. Trainer's going in. Groudon's already looking pretty low though. And it goes to the side of La Boyeria. They are cooking. The Blaziken was still there. 3-4 members are already going down. All that's left is metallic, but not enough metal in the universe could exist. Look at this Blaziken getting 3 KOs. The points are scoring in, and
That's
La
no good.
Boyeria is open for speed.
476, 205. Still 1 minute left.
Pretty sure where it died.
Down but not completely out here. They still have
Yeah,
that
just
T1
damage.
roll zone on the bottom side, but what
Might
the
have been
important
damage.
thing is they're going to need a... Okay,
Oh,
doesn't
wow.
matter. There's the GG. I was going to go on, like, if they get above, maybe they
Yeah.
can come back here.
There's
No,
a, there's
I
a
don't know,
tier
the
1 on the
formation just
bottom.
blew me
Like,
up.
there's opportunity.
Were you missing any
and
mids?
This always happens, Cal, right? It's the casters.
I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Theorizing. We start putting up and
Dancers
like,
were doing the
JK.
logs.
And we're like, oh,
Yeah.
well.
This is the point of the night where these players have been playing for several hours at this point, so they're like, okay, let's just get
Turn
through
the
it.
page.
These teams aren't going to throw. Poyodia, they're not going to throw away their Groudon shields or Groudon buffs, so likelihood of coming back in this one, slim to none. Let's just go to game number 2. Let's try to go to the drawing board and figure out what went wrong in that late game.
Yeah, I mean, things were looking pretty good. I do say that the trainer, I think, was trying to call the team on into that engagement in the top path. There was like maybe like, I think, 5 seconds before Groudon had spawned, and I think trainer was like, this is go time, and the team was a little bit more disoriented, and they might have not been ready, which again is very rare. So far we have seen when trainer goes in, the team is there to back him up. This was just one of those moments where trainer saw the vision and maybe the rest of the team didn't, and that's going to be some of the growing pains that Nemesis as a team need to learn to catch up to trainer's calls about engaging.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the stats here. They really did not do a whole lot against this Mew. Mew only took 15k damage and dished out one of the highest in the game, so I don't know if Mew ended up being a big problem for them. It definitely seemed like it in a lot of the moments, right? Like the solar beams are chunking through. And yeah, it was just kind of difficult. Kind of once we got towards the halfway point, it seemed like La Poyeria kind of figured out how to play into this team.
Don't worry too much about like
Mew
focusing
hitting
damage.
3
If
targets,
people are allowed to throw out an
lowering a
extra
lot
heal
of
because
HP bars.
we're using
Hammond
LBC
had
for that
their, like,
phase.
lock-on
Generally, we
scope
should be good on
on,
him.
and they were just ready and locked in. They also know what's at stake. This is the best of 3. If you're just tuning in now, this is losers finals, so one of these teams will be going home. La Poyeria did win game 1, which means they are 1 game away from going back to face Project Mbappe, who has been waiting in the winners grand final, I should say. But
True.
yeah, I mean, right here, we saw trainer go all the way in, and honestly, I think the team wanted to follow up, but Snorlax's block didn't allow them to. And it's one of those things where trainer saw the vision, and then the door was shut behind them. If Snorlax isn't there, I do believe the rest of the team would have tried to converge there, and we might be having a completely different story that Snorlax block wasn't already.
Yeah, I mean, you have a Snorlax block.
Yo, second place before tank stance. Let's go, I won. I beat the damage, the burst DP. DPS. English.
Some of those invulnerabilities, or I guess hindrance resistances, and I don't know. Inteleon, I think, is kind of in a weird spot right now. Obviously, Borreach is a decorated Inteleon player, but I don't know. It seems like it's not as strong as it was in Thea Sky Ruins Rayquaza's version, but we'll see if they end up going back to that one, or if they're going to maybe go back to the drawing board, change things up a little bit. I don't think Clef was really as valuable as, you know, some of the others were. I think maybe we could have seen Eldegoss, we could have seen a couple of other options, but like first pick Clef I don't think has been super powerful in the tournament.
Yeah, I think the theory was there, but the execution was not. And don't get me wrong, there were still some moments where we're like, okay, Clef is here because it's doing this. But in the bigger picture, when you're able to pull away and look at what actually occurred, you realize that, like, okay, maybe this wasn't necessarily the play. And the trainer's going to have first dibs here, as they do have first pick again. I don't think they go with like this. I would be surprised to see it, so I might hear a very loud gasp. Well, there you go. That's the loud gasp.
They're confident in it, so I mean, I think it can work. I'm not the biggest fan of it because Clefable does well into a lot of things, but when you pick it early, you tend to struggle with, Pokemon that don't necessarily need cooldowns, Pokemon that don't run out of damage, essentially. So anything that has good auto attacks, anything that has very short cooldowns, that can stun Clefable.
Damn it, no crit.
Tend to do very well until you kind of pick around Clefable. You saw that with that Suicune available. I would love to see Nemesis maybe grab the Suicune here. I think it's just so powerful, and it's just so hard to resist at this point.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at Frost and you see two all-arounders that can be easily slowed down. Like, yes, Blaziken has overheat, so maybe, but it's not always going to have it available.
Oh, there's a
DDoS.
DDoS.
Don't have that much movement and that much dive, especially against all-arounders.
Connecting here.
Just a menace to deal with. So I think it's fine. Again, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, you really don't want to give both Nemesis and Mufasa a Blaziken and a Buzzwole, especially when like Machisel likes to play all-arounders. But I still think with Suicune there, it can help kind of mitigate that a little bit. And Bora's gonna have to do some expert juking against that Dodrio.
I'm very excited to see that. I'm also interested to see how we're gonna play this Clefable. You have a lot of dive, right? You have the Buzzwole to go against. You have the Dodrio. You have the Blaziken. So it's very possible that we will see a Gravity here, but I like Gravity on ladder. I'm not super convinced on Gravity inside of the competitive environment. I think Palame's just so good. You could, especially with the high caliber of players, especially Rex piloting it, I think you can really time these Follow Me's to kind of disrupt some of the combos that this Dodrio is going to try to do, some of the combos that this Blaziken's going to do, to kind of pull them away from your damage carries. And Intelia definitely is going to need that type of peel.
Yeah, without question. I do think Rex did play Follow Me in the first game. We didn't get to see too much of Rex in action when it came to that sort of thing, but it still goes to show that
let's do our 10-minute break now, and while you're logging back in and stuff, and see if it kind of settles down.
Against a Buzzwole, but I would have to say in the same vein that, like,
wow, is it only me that DC
combos plays against?
Yeah, you're the only one.
But
okay.
It's one of those things where, yeah, because it's hard because you want the Follow Me to disrupt Blaziken, but a Gravity completely shuts down. Buzzwole cannot use either of its moves if it's stuck in a Gravity. But looking at the team as a whole, both moves can be very useful. And just looking at the team, Bora is going to have to do some expert juking to get away from that Dodrio. And we didn't talk about it too much, but Metallic
25.
The dancer staying?
Whatever. Even if they don't, Ricardo can hop back in.
True.
He's ready to go. It's just,
but hopefully it'll come out in an advantage for them, because this is game number 2 of your lower bracket finals. Nemesis going to need this one if they want to stay in your tournament here today. They're on your purple side. La Polleria on your orange side.
Sterling also
looking for a stacker.
came back with it at the same time.
Hitman is going in. They did not care. Neither did Kara. Both of them
Did you also
went
DC?
I was BRB.
because
okay.
they realized how valuable this was going to be. They want to have that availability. They want to have the heals, especially with Umbreon. With the attack weight, having those heals is so useful.
Or reach once again.
Palma's been killing it actually. Like he's been like doing really good.
Stacks on those special attack specs. Unfortunately, there Dodrio was still a Doduo. Kind of sussed that out and stole that wild Pokemon away from the Clefairy, which prevented a stack and prevented them from getting evolved.
I will say, for the side of La Polleria, they have 4 Pokemon with stacks. It's Umbreon, the Dodrio, the Blaziken, and the Buzzwole, while the side of Nemesis only has 2. So there's clearly a lot of stacking going on, and this Palmon, it's going to be electrifying, and I hope we get to see its full potential in the hands of Nemesis.
I think Umbreon was stacking too, right?
Yeah,
I think
it is.
Oh, 4 stacking Pokemon. That could be really dangerous as we get closer to the end of the game, especially if some of these stacks get to go in. And so far, it's looking pretty good for La Polleria. They're getting them one after another, and that's going to be very, very difficult to deal with, especially this Blaziken, especially this Buzzwole.
This Blaziken, Buzzwole, and yeah, the Umbreon did have the attack weight, which means its heals with Wish are going to be thicker than a Snicker out on Halloween night. And let me tell you, combine that with an Eldegoss, the heals on wheels will be all over for La Polleria.
Regidrago has joined the fray in the central area. No team has really prioritized it. And we still have a Sobble on the map for Nemesis, so not quite going in their direction currently.
Nice.
It seems like La Polleria kind of taking advantage all around the map. Here in the top path, though, good advantage for Nemesis, but they lose it out. Chisel goes down on Scyther.
A trainer gets cut down to size by Hitman, and the rest of the members of Nemesis Metallic trying to stay alive. They get tossed around. Hitman is looking for another KO. That is a 3-piece meal right now for this Dodrio, who's already level 8, mind you. It is
Dodrio!
7 minutes, and the level differential is starting to grow exponentially, Kyle.
We're looking for a couple final stacks, but good defense here from Suicune and Scyther, but like I just don't know what Nemesis needs to do to start getting back in this game. La Polleria, you would think that they would maybe break one of these goals, but I think they're actually kind of seeing the writing on the wall. If we could deprive Nemesis from that, you know, opening up those T2 goal zones, which releases a few additional wild Pokemon for Nemesis to catch back up in levels, I think La Polleria is just happy controlling the map right now, and they get a Registeel currently, and right now, it's just looking so bleak for Nemesis.
I mean, right now, we saw it in the bracket earlier. Nemesis did get 2-0'd by La Polleria, but La Polleria also wants to be able to catch up against Project Mbappe. They're finally going to break something with this Regieleki, but my goodness, this Buzzwole was on a tear, and now La Polleria looks to converge a little bit more. Bora still not level 7. They get taken down to size 247 to 30, Kyle, and we're only 4 minutes into this match, and tier 2 on the top path is gone.
Yeah, this is kind of what I worried about if for Nemesis, right? Like, La Polleria really putting the tempo on the map, and it just doesn't seem like Nemesis has found their footing at all. You still have a Drizzile for good measure. I mean, you definitely need that snipe shot to start making a little bit of headway with some of these KOs, but they just haven't been able to find anything.
No, and they don't have the way to KO. We just saw the Unite move land on Blaziken. Blaziken ate it up like it was a turkey Thanksgiving dinner. Ooh. They did not care. And look, we see the Unite move coming out of Scyther just going in. They're trying to push back. This is the moment that they needed to try to open up. Bora Reach is going to release their Azure Spy Vision. Mufasa trying to get a little bit of away. Kira's going to take a lot of the damage, but they might live. Look at these wishes that Kira is healing. They avoided being sent to the Pokemon Center. This is unreal.
That mean look was every word of the definition mean. Blocked Bora Reach directly in that circle, and Bora very much wanted to advance to try to do one additional boosted basic within that Unite move, which would have sent that Umbreon back, and they did get a couple KOs, so I don't want to say they got nothing there. They KO'd the Dodrio, they KO'd the Eldegoss, and they're starting to crawl back into this match, but we're already halfway through, and La Polleria is controlling it. Two goal zones down in the top side. Not a single goal zone has really been touched from Nemesis.
No, Nemesis does have 5 all members here. We don't have Hitman part of this fight for the La Polleria. They might be trying to go in. Trainer unleashes its Unite move. Ultra Swole Slam does go in, though. The big damage is getting carried out. Trainer's trying to freeze him up. 4 gets there. Bora is trying to be the hero here, unable to converge. And now all of La Polleria has their shop open. They are pushing in. I don't know about you, but I've seen Shrek 2, and right now Nemesis needs a hero who's fresh from the fight, but they might not have it in them anymore.
3:56:30. 4 minutes remaining in this match, and Nemesis needs to start finding something. This is going to be a Regieleki up in the top path, and this could potentially walk all the way home. La Polleria has no real incentive to try to rip this down immediately. They could potentially, if they'd like to, try to stall it out. So I think that means Nemesis does want to at least prevent this from walking closer towards when Groudon hits the map. So I think that's a very smart play, and they're going to start crawling, but they're going to trade their T2 bottom side for it.
Yeah, we're looking, the scores are going in 50, 472 to 122. All while Nemesis was pushing in the top path, La Polleria decide to push the bottom path. They're not just cooking more than chicken here. They're trying to cook up a victory as the Moonlight Prance does get unleashed. Azure Spy Vision does come out. Triple Trample is unleashed. The team is going in. Supercell just gets shut down. That battery does not have enough, and Hitman is looking for more.
Boris trying to hit a snipe shot here. Damages Blaziken heavily. But Blaziken's going to go back in, charging an overheat, but it's Dodrio that KOs a pair before Blaziken can even land the kick. So right now, 40 seconds until Groudon. Over a 300-point advantage in La Polleria's favor, right? Level 14 Blaziken, level 14 Buzzwole. Nothing of the sort to Nemesis. So if you're Nemesis, I mean, you gotta hope that you can maybe find one of those Pokemon by their lonesome with Scyther, or maybe the Pawmot to try to bolster some of your levels before this Groudon. But right now, it's looking pretty bleak, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, the pick to click for me right now, the biggest game changer, not only to find maybe somebody on their own, but Trainer needs to freeze like an entire team, and the team needs to converge. And I know that's asking for a lot. That's like asking for a Hail Mary in the fourth quarter, and this is all you have when you're already down by like 2 touchdowns. But right now, they need to make something, because 472 to 122, La Polleria has control of points and control of the map.
They're going to look to maybe engage with this Pawmot, unable to do so. Good freeze there from Suicune, but doesn't really find the follow-up damage from the rest of the squad because they have to be very careful right now. La Polleria really just poking and prodding, trying to force Nemesis into a disadvantageous fight. Nemesis not really falling for it. They're kind of huddled together around this Clefable, making sure those health bars stay up, making sure that they do not get caught from this Dodrio, but here we go.
Triple Trample gets all 5 members of Nemesis. They're being dismembered left and right. The Unite moves are being absolutely shredded. The Triple Trample with the Unite move of Scyther just completely shredded them. Metallic has nowhere to run, nowhere to look. It's just Rex. No Unite move to their name. And the mean look is just like you said, Kyle. It's just so mean, as all they could do is sit there and watch. And we could be seeing now Nemesis waves the white flag. They are going home, which does mean La Polleria San Juan have locked in their way from the loser side back to grand finals, where Project Mbappe is waiting for them.
Salty run back from Project Mbappe and La Polleria. A little bit of a rematch from a set that we just saw upcoming. La Polleria punching their ticket into the grand finals. 472, 122 your final here. Control of the early game, control of the mid game, control of Groudon, and they control their destiny here in that lower side.
Control was the name.
Now
of
I
La
see why
Polleria.
freaking
They had
Dodrio was banned in
everything
like
going
almost
from them.
every
From the
single
very
early game,
beginning,
in
we
the early
saw
matches.
how good Hitman and NESS
Holy
were,
shit.
and just the fact that, like we talked about, 4 members of their team had an attack weight. Well, 3 of them had an attack weight. No, all of them did. Wait, what am I talking about? There was 4 attack weights. Then everybody was able to get them. Look at Kira and Heavy, the amount of healing that they did. And they just had everything going for them. Rex could only do so much. Boro was hitting the shots, but when you have that much healing available to you, it is so hard to take them down. Levels were not going their way, and sure enough, Nemesis unfortunately once again gets 2-0'd by La Polleria.
I would have loved, unironically, I would have loved to see Scald, bro, in that situation.
Oh, dude, me too.
You have 4, all your damage dealers are physical attack base or regular attack base, whatever you want to call it. I think it could have been really fun. I think Scald, bro, definitely kind of an interesting pick. Don't see it a ton, but it could have potentially worked. But yeah, congrats to Nemesis, though, not going home empty-handed. 3rd place, nothing to, be sad or upset about. That is an incredible bracket, multi-region. They took down almost every single team in this bracket. I mean, 70+ teams competed today, so it's a very, very good accomplishment for this team heading into LAIC.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk
about to say EUIC.
Listen, letters, we talked about this before. Letters, reading, words, math, they're all hard for us, okay? Basically, existing is hard enough as it is, let alone trying to pronounce things. But yeah, we saw this before. La Piedia has a team that's dominant. Latam is looking very, very powerful, but we saw one of the big NA names get taken down, but there is another NA name waiting in grand finals. But this goes to show that La Puedia does have it. This is the dark horse that we have been talking about all stream long, all tournament long. They have been shredding. They shredded through Spinal. They shredded through Nemesis twice. And it goes to show that these players are coming here to play the game. The question is, can this dark horse be put into the barn, into the stall, and shut it for the night?
I don't know. Project Mbappe has looked really good all off season. I don't think this is their entire roster. I think Kratos is being changed out or subbed out for Kyrios in the main UCS portion.
Right.
I think this is kind of like Kratos' last ride. We're going with horse theme. So we're going to try to send him into the sunset if I'm Project Mbappe. You want to send him off on a good note. So we'll see what happens on the other side.
Oh, geez,
Speaking of the other side, we do need to take a little bit of a
Got
time
vacuumed
out
up in the
because,
dust
again,
buster.
this has
They wanted me to
been
empty
just
it.
an exquisite just a time right now that we need to take a little bit of a break because we are heading to the grand finals.
Okay.
This is, again, Spraggles Presents, the yearly, annually, first time, last time, over, under, dunk, ground on gauntlet, the final reckoning. So,
Well,
Kyle,
helping scare someone, I
reckon
guess.
take on ourselves back to the
Oh
break
my
room and we leave it up to the grand final to see how this ends. What do you say, Kyle? Shall we ride off to the sunset?
Yeehaw. I think it's what you're supposed to say here. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
I'm the only one fit to protect her.
Okay.
You're no match for me. A feeble shield protects nothing. Come, show me your
And
strength.
spread. Two, four. Spread again.
Spreading!
Fire six.
I thought they said fire 5-6. Oh no, not again. Now there's another number meme I don't know about.
Fire one. Fire two. Fire three. Lightning four.
A feeble shield protects nothing.
Nice!
Okay.
How about you?
A little slow, but not too
Only
much.
I can protect her.
Only I can protect her. But Fatebringer, can you see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
You will stoke the fires of conflict.
Actually, you wouldn't know. It doesn't exist in this era. Duh. I'm stupid.
Your blood shall freeze. Cleave.
That's fine. Going towards DD. And going towards C.
The light shall usher in peace. Sink into silence.
Finger.
What a gauntlet it has been. These teams have been put through the ringer. We've been going for 9 hours so far, and so have they. Absolute warriors as we head towards our grand final.
I can't wait. I mean, if history serves, we got a great grand finals. Last time you and I casted a grand finals, it ended on a tie. And one of those players is going to be in this game. We got Kratos, plays the central area for one of these seeds. And, well, so the story of this tournament a little bit, Kratos. Wild top 8. La Paria having an amazing run, calling out all the big names they took down. And yet another one, a second dose of Nemesis in that losers final just a few moments ago.
Yeah, it looks like they really have them numbered, which is interesting because every game that we have got to see Nemesis, they have looked fantastic. And I was so excited to see it, given that I'm a Nemesis fan, and I think last year they had a really rocky run, never really rose to that height they're known for. Looked great in this tournament, but they ran into their kryptonite twice in a row. The real question is, what can La Paria do against Project Mbappe? Because that, I mean, it looks like the same thing.
You might need some more because of the deal.
Finals, as Project Mbappe is now heading to Grands, and the way this tournament is set up, it's a best of 5, but because they came winners, they have a 1-game advantage. They've already got a free W, and I don't even know if they need it based on
Check your keypad.
Yeah, they're going to have a very, very strong start.
Darkness be gone.
However, La Paria does get first pick in this draft, so they maybe don't get a point in the scoreboard, but at least have it a bit of an advantage. I know you were talking about it a little earlier on, I think it was with Husky, about that first pick, second pick kind of scenario. Feels like every time something changes in the draft slightly, we added a few more bands, we need to revisit a little bit. I have not left my position. I still really like first pick.
Then we shall unleash the light within.
But I'm curious, what is behind you? I didn't get to look at your whiteboard here. Do you have anything?
Secret playbook, you mean?
Your secret playbook.
So this was, I've been doing a lot of coaching on the side for a lot of the Unite teams, like Overlord from Japan.
Smooth.
Yeah, well, I've been mostly working with like Team Reject in Japan with Overlord signing with them. I thought I'd offer. So I have the secret playbook, of course, there's the flame, the back captain's coat, all 3 ways to approach
What's
ground
this
on.
way?
You know, box. Each of these layouts is ground on, and you can kind of fill in.
Yeah, the rest of players.
Something similar, yeah.
With the flank, is this some sort of strategy where you're flanking your opponents, or is it more of a poke strategy?
No, it ends up being a bit more flank. This is often your places are a double all-rounder composition. You start throttling that attacker rule. Usually ends up being a poke from like Leafeon or Dodrio that is the most notable, but you have to play pretty defensive in the ground on fight, almost feigning a lack of team fighting ability, trying to buy time to allow it. Usually, it only works out properly if you've already broken your opponent's tier 1 on the top and bottom side. Otherwise, you're just giving a little bit too much intel to flank your pull.
Are you alright?
Now the back cap here, this is something that I see a lot in solo queue, but obviously
I am thanks to you,
gameplay,
Gaia.
it actually isn't the worst play of all time.
Yeah, you can actually see that all 5 X's have moved to 1 gold zone as soon as Groudon is available, so I would say that is usually not the call. However, yeah, in this situation, it can be a pretty important.
Zodiac.
One thing I feel that we haven't got to talk too much about on the broadcast so far has been some of the endgames. So I hope we get to see some exciting Groudon endgames in this tournament. Maybe teams even electing to not fight the Groudon. Instead try to defense. Maybe fun, but anyways, Greg, we've hit draft of our first game of our grand final.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. Obviously, La Paria San is going to need to really get it together here against Project Mbappe. They've said they were the losers by them. Also, By the way, La Floria San Juan means San Juan's chicken place, and I had to respond, yes, I do.
You had to defend yourself a little bit.
I had to go, I know it doesn't seem like I know.
With maybe the execution I have of saying it.
I actually did know that, just so you know.
Alright, we're just jumping in grabs. I don't know if you heard me earlier, I think on Captain Driver Zero, when I called orange side grab purple side the ball pit, just how fun your games are.
Yes, you're right. I totally get it. Yeah, there's really not a lot of fun stuff happening on the orange side. On the purple side, I mean, you get to make some really cool decisions. Basically, all the pressure is on.
Yeah, ball pit.
Oh, ruination!
La Paria going to double all-rounders, potentially. So one of these plays. And holy moly, one of my favorite players. Which I think is Kira, but who knows? Has been locking down that Snorlax state. Tier 1 level defender. I think potentially best maybe Crumble is the only other one.
3v2, right? 3v2. 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 3v2.
So a lot of teams play to support Mew, but Mew is just broken no matter how you play it.
Not if you have to.
In a coordinated team with players that can play at a certain level, this thing is unbelievable. Final pick over here to Mbappe. We see the
Ready
target
for
man,
enough,
right?
huh? Too bad.
But sadly, I think the Penguins
Yeah, it feels like. I mean, it needed some heavy-handed.
Oh, why did I spend that?
However, on the other side, there's not so very much. I think if any, a bit of a we see others, you know, some casual others, but no full.
Good to see.
Her awakening is incomplete. Their memories weaken.
One GCD. GCD. And
Impediments to our resonance must be expunged.
but maybe people are still ironic.
Come to me, Hrysalga.
Yeah.
get
I
ready.
would agree.
Go.
I think potentially it's just one of those Pokemon you truly need to have a level of expertise with to actually feel the impact. Like it's I don't know. Yeah, sure. I think it's a good example. It's playable. Like, I was happy to see Gimson playing it with the Dark Pulse shenanigans and that cooldown
I told you it would make a great necklace.
the amount of damage you can actually dodge, but you look at the impact after that, it takes a level right up, and it's not only your ability to play that. Big Darkrai can carry, but it is
I think you were
so if your
too far
teammates
north,
also
Falcon.
don't have that
No,
level
there
of
wasn't a
practice
south.
and level of skill
I was
to
missing a south buddy.
capitalize on what you're doing,
I think that was both range that had it.
All right,
They had to
here
swap.
we go. We are heading
Oh, I see.
into our grand finals. San Juan's Chicken Place, your purple team. Project Mbappe, your orange team. They're up one game already because they came through the winner's side, dispatching none other than La Poria San Juan.
All right, so a bit of a salty run back in front of us, and already we're throwing out quite a bit of damage in the bottom side as Kratos on this Mew, already at that level 2, having the ability to just throw out so much damage, puts on that early aggressive pressure.
Yeah, I mean, the secure early from Mew is incredible. We have Chris Smith running up to this top path right here, pushing any sus away from this. They're going to look to see if they can steal some of it, and they do.
They know.
Really nice job taking away some of that
Yep,
experience.
it was that.
on
That was
their
all.
lonesome.
Yeah, it feels like every top path matchup for the most part is
It
that
is a
race
very
to level
uncommon
5,
pattern,
maybe
so
a
I don't-
Pokemon Like Blaziken or
it's-
something would be a little bit shy of that, but I feel like with Boastfulization, two Pokemon that don't
But
evolve
they're good sport.
is one of the most paramount things in this matchup. So you can see why Heavy and Roland respectively are playing so deep in the pocket right now.
We have Mufasa looking for a possible steal here. They pull away all of the farm. However,
Mufasa,
the
Mufasa.
Metal Claw coming in, continuing to push forward is Celestial on the right.
Damn, they'll take it.
That's a double KO, make it a triple. You're welcome.
Jesus.
What a start for Mbappe. This is starting to look like they're getting some
Respect.
early.
Yeah, since we're on the United Pitchers channel, I don't know if you can play the sound. I kind of want you to. Either way, Celeste absolutely popping up. This Pokemon is so exciting to watch. I really like Alolan Raichu right now, and into a Clefable-based competition, I think that kind of an enlightening pick. That little tandem electricity that bounces between opponents is devastating. You're trying to do all around your healer, so
I totally agree. We were talking about this earlier about how if their team bunches up a lot, especially with Fable, what a perfect setup for stored power Raichu, right? I mean, it couldn't enjoy.
Oh, actually, he's right about that. That's actually good.
Like, sleeper psychic buffs, one of the stronger buffs in that last match potentially. I don't know. At least for Alolan Raichu, they're kind of soaring. Is
Lightning stick.
Potentially available for
Do they have Clef? I can't see.
Umbreon so far, he's kind of hit the point of the game where just, you know, the slow effect is going to be the best one. Trying to build up Kratos as quickly as they can, but right now, more importantly, they're trying to deny Hitman experience.
There. We saw some stellar performances earlier, but we've not seen them kind of on their signature in this tournament. Mega Lucario right here. We're seeing them on Zacian, but it looks like they can still hold their own. Brawling against 3 right now, being sent up into the air. And here we go. Sus making sure they can pick up a KO right there. And one of the most unnecessary eject buttons I've seen, and it doesn't get the KO.
A little bit of style. I will give them a little bit of credit for play beforehand. I think Heavy set up a really nice follow me. Obviously, they're able to catch Alpha and Raichu with the Buzzwole combo. Will follow me into over BP. It's just a really nice combination play. I make sure that there was nowhere the Clefairy
all fire, all the time.
But you know, we do have some escape routes from the
Nice job here from Mbappe getting this right to the left. Golzone's got 90 in it, so this would be a great opportunity to score a lot of those points, get some experience, big time right shooting, kind of zones them out of this completely, and now they're able to do some good math if they would like to. We can get to get the third, sure. Do we have Kratos here who could score in the bottom path, and they decide to break.
Great push by Mbappe. Great timing to do it as well. Lucario, a lot of their damage is coming from these melee Pokemon and Buzzwole and Blaziken. Without them kind of manning the front line, and Teleon's impact is a little bit minimized, but with them having to score, take central area, it was just a really great moment for Mbappe to increase that score lead by a ton.
Yeah, and the pressure that Mbappe is putting on here, you know, they're continuing to win every time they show up. Very solid-like. And because of that, they're running into every single one of these fights with the Unite move, taking as much experience as they can. But some great picks once again from Laporia. Any Sun just sets up huge moments for the squad. Now we see them breaking this tier 1 roll zone 1 to 2.
Nasty push by Laporia. He'll go right back. With a nice moment like that, they're actually going to push maybe even more as they set up towards this tier 1 on the bottom side. One heavy slam does land into this Alolan Raichu for Kratos, but for the time being, looks like they want to deal with danger. Laporia will remain.
In the chat, I see from someone named, I think it's Doc Snaps, Spraggles, read this. I just hit my strike in Pokemon Unite. Congratulations, buddy. It's tough for some of us out there, so I understand how big that must be for you. Shout out to Doc.
Yeah, actually, massive for him. For me, I've had a tough time. I've been playing a lot today, and I've been not winning a bunch. So, my apologies. It's been a rough one.
The season's rough, man.
They've been having a great
Yeah, I mean,
actually, I don't know if they have in solo queue. I don't know. Maybe they're having a really bad day when they go to rank and they're having a great tournament. That's what I think my problem is. I gotta play more.
Yeah, I think if you're losing in solo queue, the plan is to play in the most competitive match.
Okie dokie.
You know, but it would be nice if you had 4 players to really carry you through it. Maybe you would have a great fight.
Carry's a strong word. Carry's a strong word, but potentially it is what I'm
if I'm playing competitive and you ask me, do you want to be the best player on your team or the worst? I will be the worst player by far. Please let them carry me. Thank you so much. If I'm the best player, I'm worried.
Okay. Yeah, no, when you put it like that, that makes a lot of sense. Celeste in a scary spot as they are trying to run all the way back to their goal. They're going to be cut off. Nice follow in, but Hitman may even had them flank them with this Inteleon. Great play from Laporia. Feels like it's right back in it. Anytime they lose one of these fights, the bounce back potential for them has been great. But so far, they've kind of behind that on the tempo. Even if it is a 2-step, they're the second one. So they're going to need to find a way to come back in this one. They want to take it in the final moments of this match.
Yeah, they really have had a lot of those amazing
moments,
right? Where it feels like Mbappe takes a huge push, huge victory, but Laporia coming right back in it. And we've seen some great fights and great picks from them. I do think this is one of those games, especially with the scoreboard where it is, the levels where it is. This is going to come down to one of those beautiful kicks, one of those beautiful moments in Groudon. Can we get any sus to get in there?
Then we shall unleash the light within.
Back this Raichu. If so, I think they can win.
Yeah, they kind of got two great ways to start a fight. You just mentioned the one, and the other really play off of Hitman snipe shots. So far, any sus has been a danger. Actually tries to go back with the Umbreon, but puts it right into the line of fire. Mew gonna take that first KO. Great snipe shots to kind of be a bit of a preventative measure, but so far, Project Mbappe very happy with the damage.
Reggie's still getting very low right here. Overheat's ready to go, and whoa, no! Somehow Mbappe gets that absolutely criminal out here. If I was Zero, I would say they were a smooth criminal, but I'm not. Just simply a criminal. What a throw.
My God.
Yeah, I think I have to apologize to Celeste. I think I've called for Kratos maybe 7 or 8 times in this matchup alone. Kratos on the Mew in this matchup. Celeste on the Alolan 9th turn. Alolan Raichu. Jeez. Okay. But
it's been a long day. Here we are at the Groudon fight. 2 minutes on the clock. 2:57, 2:43. And what we're going to be looking for, Zoinks, is that pop-up, that moment. You can see them playing around the snipe shot. They hit one, missed the second one. Solar Beam the other way. Snipe shot goes wide. Sus looking for a play right here. Runs into Umbreon. I don't know if it's who they want as 4 members collapse onto Buzzwole. Buzzwole needs to peel back. Clefable needs to run. And Blaziken moves in, Zoinks.
Now, Clefable kind of stuck in between 2 spots, not able to support the Buzzwole, but has to try to rally back to defend the team. Does use Unite move to stay up for a little bit. It's going to be Kratos taking down the Snorlax, who is sort of left alone. The rest of their team rallying all the way back to the enemy central area, and now with already almost a minute off the clock, Hitman finally strikes back.
We are looking through the map.
I shall restore the power of darkness to the sky.
It is being ripped apart, and it looks like it's heading down to, yes, of course, the Blaziken as they are going to push forward.
Condensed into a single moment.
2 members of Project Mbappe up, and they defend.
Oh, Whis, baby.
Mbappe just really risking it all to try to chase down those melee damage dealers in the enemy central. All the while, Hitman's Inteleon able to free fire from the top side of the map. So impressive stuff. You're right, 50 seconds left on the clock. Potential to steal away a few of these Groudon buffs. Golden Raichu Unite will already hit the map, and well, it's going to be Eldegoss picking up the Groudon buff. Maybe not what you want to have.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can get one of these KOs. It could be so important, but these snipes of every single one of them. Oh. There was a one-shot on the snipe with the Groudon buff. Raichu goes down. They're looking to see if they can get anyone, but that's 2 KOs as they continue to push forward. La Foria San Juan going to tie this thing up, making 1-1 in our grands.
Hitman cracked on the sticks of Inteleon. I think they're a Switch player. I don't know that for sure. But either way, impressive stuff in this game. And that score is going to get kind of out of hand. We're going to be looking at a tied match, Breggles, with that 1-0 winner's advantage gone. As La Feria San Juan, the Sun set this thing to 1-1.
For Ricardo.
Yeah, you love to see it. I mean, they had a tough time against Project Mbappe on the winner's side, but
was it damage or
factor here? I really do think they stole away the Lucario, the Mega Lucario, by forcing Mbappe.
Do you think that if I save Mantra would help with this a little bit there?
On the winner's side, it didn't.
Yeah,
I usually use it at the beginning when everyone goes through 1 HP, but I can save it for that.
And I will say it felt like almost a surprising match from Christmas.
Yeah,
like
use it for the third
quiet
instead.
matchup from Christmas. Still got 70,000
the third set of
damage in total.
the
but
beams.
They're only sitting at 1 KO to your name. That is a tough matchup. You got to be able to close these knockouts. Otherwise, Heavy and Kira are just going to be having a field day, supporting their team, getting them out of danger and things like that. Mufasa had a great showing on the Aegis Slash recently, and now on the Blaziken, going to be putting up huge numbers as well. 91,000 damage for that play.
Yeah, really impressive stuff from Blaziken. It does feel like, to me, I know there are a lot of great all-rounders in this meta, don't get me wrong, but it really does feel like once you take away a few of the uber broken choices, Blaziken, all of a sudden, you're reminded that this thing is, like, ludicrously good.
And it's got a Mega. I think we should all be scared about that.
Well, El Chico Evie doesn't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're good. We at least got a little while.
Everybody. We're okay.
Crisis averted for now.
And we have a replay of our game right here as we're taking a look at some of those big moments. This was that early triple KO from Celestial in this top path. However, coming right back the other way, we've got Mufasa ripping through them. Any sus sending them up into the air. I love that KO from Buzzwell, by the way. When you knock them up with superpower and you know you don't need to look for it. Or is it Smackdown? I always forget.
Smackdown's the uppercut, yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
Smackdown.
just
Thank
hit
you.
and walk away. I love those moments too. Impressive match. I mean, I'm curious to take another look at that final fight at some point. I'm going to VOD review this tournament to kind of see what happened, because Anysus making it away in that situation was already kind of crazy. It felt like Ducky isolated sort of threw all their resources into knocking out that Buzzwole, and Anysus made it back to the tier 2, which is strange that happened in the first place. And then they didn't get Fable either when they kind of got them away from the rest of the team. It felt, I don't know, just a little bit of lack of coordination maybe from Project Mbappe, and La Paria capitalizing in kind of every way they possibly could. So very, very impressive endgame from them.
Yeah, and a better draft than we've seen from them in the previous 2 games too. So we're going to
Damn, no service.
Interestingly enough, it looks like oh no, sorry, we got the name switched at the bottom. Say, wow, but no, Project Mbappe is going to be our first pick right here, which does force La Paria to ban out a lot of the unpunished. They're doing fast.
3rd place. Not bad.
Both Mega Pokemon, well, I guess 2 of the 4 Mega Pokemon being banned away by La Paria. Blaziken banned by Project Mbappe. Interesting. Okay, so we could even see the standard Lucario be a very early pick in this draft. Pokemon like Blissey, though, I have to imagine it's going to be one of the highest priorities, especially from a player like Roland. Yeah, they've been playing it quite a bit. Lock that one in first.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good pick. I'm surprised they didn't maybe want to hold this weekend for themselves. But if they haven't been loving it lately, I get it. It's so broken. You do not want to give it to them.
Yeah, Roland's like,
This
I'd rather
weekend's
just
too
play
good, man.
situation.
Part of me just wants to, like,
I
climb
guess,
this
that is
weekend.
the other major meta threat, Spraggles, is that Darkrai left available. Mufasa gonna pick that one up for now. Who knows? Maybe those players playing it a little bit later. Now that Darkrai is a very scary legendary dude.
Yeah, extremely scary. However, we have some tough stuff on the other side. Lucario, one of those choices that maybe hasn't been the most stellar, at least last season, but it is a powerful pick. Set A1 in Unite. I'm really interested in this Darkrai. I wanted to see more of it in the tournament.
Lightning 3 and Lightning 4.
But I want to see more of Darkrai in this tournament, so I'm happy to see it here.
Yeah, I guess I got my wish. I was really hoping for a Alolan Raichu. I think you pinned Eldegoss on me a little bit before, too.
Sorry, who wanted
What
to
the
talk about
hell is that?
I don't know. Maybe it was me. I just fully didn't said I was like a shadow. Well, I've been begging for you, but I've not yet. Probably not with any of these Pokemon. Rely on her.
Damn, that's great.
Major damage. Let's see. This pick, though. This Serena from Celeste, I think, is super exciting, especially for fans of Project Mbappe. Has been a very successful pick for them in the tournament so far. Watching this one even off-stream games, this Serena has been very, very good.
Okay, so.
Not good news.
Only I can protect her.
November 6th, 2025, 11:32 a.m. from Spraggles. Any Pokemon to watch from the crew? This is me doing my job, you know, just kind of getting things together right here. From Zoinks, 11/6/2025, 3:33 p.m. By the way, really hello and Raichu. The Megas, of course. Maybe Eldegoss too?
Oh, I was cheeky about it too.
You were cheeky about it.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's even worse somehow. Okay, well, I take that L.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that. It was just the first thing I immediately did.
Damn.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also, I see Kyle posting in our production chat where he really searched Eldegoss.
Yeah.
In search terms.
That's also what I did. I immediately searched Eldegoss. And I thought,
1, 3.
who wrote this? Because I did think it was you, but at the same time, the second
Going
you,
towards 2.
someone I trust, love, tells me that I'm wrong, I believe you. Then he was eating.
Well, I hate
Arrow
to
Club.
squander that privilege, but I suppose it has happened so far. Chad, I will be ordering a buffalo chicken
stillness
with my Soros with me.
I mean, I understand. It's the reference to a bit that just keeps on giving as we head to our grand finals here. I love that someone's like, hey, I don't understand that. I've never watched this before. They go, oh, you didn't watch the post-stream of the Japanese tournament cast from March of last year? Well, that's of course you don't get the chance.
Yeah. Catch up. I don't know what else to say, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta watch the broadcast, right? Yeah, sorry, you have to.
The lore runs deep here. Not only in the teams, the stories, the accomplishments, but of course, in our broadcast bits. Okay, I know you talked about how Lucario has not been fitting in this tournament. It's been a bit rougher in the things. However, it has had some decent wins, specifically from Crispin before on the Smoke Fun, and that's the matchup against South in the early. How are we feeling about this top?
I don't know to actually fix my party list.
Lucario matches up well to it. So I'm not too stressed out about it, but I like the switch up here of moving the Zacian down. I think that's a really smart play by Laporia because I do think Lucario's secure and their ability to move around the map kind of outplays Zacian's grip ability in certain moments. So I like the play. Darkrai coming up here, catching 3 right there. The full heal from Crispin as they are pushing forward, right back in, and they get the KO.
Wow, big 4-on-4 fight up here. One Citrus Berry already gone. Ducky will escape. Roll ahead, evolve to that Valencia at level 4. Doesn't max this pretty strong healing. So they are able to make it out. But wow, I mean, you know, when we had some of those Reggie changes, right, when we started to see which side they actually will appear on.
Then we shall unleash the light
Yet
within.
maybe teams will kind of change up how they rotate, be a little safer, but no, old school 4-player top rotation still going to work really well for Laporia.
Yeah, and I also think the more a play goes away, the more it almost becomes viable because people forget that that's something that can happen. Darkrai right now putting Project Mbappe in a really tough spot. If you can time those super well and just kind of let them languish for a while before doing the damage to them, you can obviously set up another one very quickly, but also empower your team to pick up big KOs. We saw that in Zacian.
Yeah, there's no safeguard accessible for Project Mbappe. At least from what I saw, I'm pretty confident I saw that Zoppo from the Blissey. So no kind of quick access to a lens for any of the situations that the Darkrai is going to set up. That could be challenging to play around. Ooh, just that'd be a mighty fine poke damage to find early on, but that Lucario already stuck with this.
Yeah, and here we go. Lucario moving in here. We hear the full heal go out. Eldegoss goes down as they're going to continue looking for a push here. The snipe shot, the damage from the Darkrai. They're pushing them back, but here comes Celestial on the Zarina. Got the stomping boots on, but can't take down the Darkrai. As we have Insect in the tall grass, looking for their moment, but deciding to peel back towards their goal.
Yeah, both these teams kind of weighing their options. Can we farm to get a level 9, or do we need to focus on this objective? Lucario pushing up to be aggressive. They are pulled all the way in. Serena gets a ton of stomp damage, but is getting pretty low themselves. Hitman trepidatiously approaching this Regirock as they do want to try to keep themselves safe, but these snipe shots are landing.
Keep yourself safe.
Servant of Zodiac.
I love that you
I was nervous about the execution, but I think I landed.
Perfectly landed and the judges couldn't believe it. Impressive.
Infinite possibilities condensed into a single moment.
You know what? I was tipping my
Oh, easy mode.
You got it.
Honestly, I wouldn't have gone. I'm being genuine with you. I wouldn't have gone for it. I would have known I screwed up.
Yeah, it works out. It works out. Now, unfortunately, there's nowhere to run back to. Unfortunately, Inteleon caught in a 1v3 is not a spot that they're able to rally back from. Ducky does Ice Fang combo to get that KO. Not worried at all about being trapped in that rock.
Is that what I did there?
Instead, uses their advantage.
You know, a Pokemon we didn't talk too much about heading into this is this picture on the Rhydon. The Rhydon's had an absolutely stellar day. Wow, any such a really fun. Any such a missing with the Unite move. The Rhydon's Unite move instead, it takes it. Charge is all the rage. I love to see it. I think this build is so dang good and so
Come to the darkness.
I love it. I know the only two attackers, at least that are playing that attacker position, feel like that they're real, like the Inteleon and the Miraidon. They both have a very similar purpose, right? Get that really poke damage, melee damage dealers, find a way to actually get these KOs and close them out. But for so much safer. Like, you're just putting in so much damage, and it's really
That's
tough to actually dive on the great impact from them so far, but Kelly also putting up great numbers.
Yeah, Leon obviously puts up great single target damage. The nice thing about the Brian is you get that team-wide damage from the first item.
2-4, right?
You really can do a lot with it. Sus in some trouble right here as we have the Mammo Swine looking to take them down. Serena needing to use the Unite move to finish off that Zacian, but the Bliss Assistance comes in right after. Christmas moving in. We're looking for the extreme speed. They're trying to land. Here comes the Unite move. Back and forth. Lucario picking up some KOs. We have Crustle now trying to stop them and push them back. Darkrai is still here, putting them to bed. And Mammo trying to get them with the Ice Fang, but barely misses as we have Darkrai continuing to dance around this fight, finally getting stomped down by Celestial.
You remember when I was saying that Darkrai is just like a really good team-oriented Pokemon? It doesn't really excel solo all the time. Well, there is certainly avenues where you can make Darkrai look fantastic.
Yeah, probably just like getting
in even
clipped
situations
moment.
where they're facing down multiple opponents.
I'm guessing
3
so.
seems like the number they cannot eclipse, though, as now we have Project Mbappe going to be breaking that goal zone with a light
sure
score,
though.
but they already have such a giant score lead. I don't think they're too worried about the overdunk. Instead, let's just give Celeste a bit more of a runway to work with on this damage.
Now we're going to see if they want to continue following here. They could.
Me did it dumb because I was too busy looking at a freaking Dragoon being
They decided to
lost.
peel away from this fight. Reggie Drago being taken by Sus on the Zacian as they move towards the central area, getting caught in a big way, hopping right over the wall though. Wow, that was a crazy egg bomb. I can't believe that. Landed.
Yeah. Yeah, rolling Babe Ruth points and calls the shot too. Almost gets the knockout. Unfortunately, I think just one more play rough off cooldown allows Sus to make it out, and Project Mbappe back to the drawing board of how to take down this really scary Zacian. But Gialecki is leashed over to their side though, so positional advantage is in their favor as Ducky just trying to buy as much time as they can. Expects a quick dive with the Ice Fang, not going to find anybody, instead pushes back towards their team.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, it looks
Darkrai
like it was.
moving in, trying to deal some big damage right here, but Lucario picks up the KO. We have Celestial level 14 on Zarina.
Yeah, because you died before the stack even went off.
Zarina was looked at as maybe one of the picks for the season by a lot
Yeah,
of these
2 people got
teams.
clipped.
And we can see how well it's doing here. That single target Unite move.
You were just
is
a
pretty
hair
incredible.
too far
After you
out was
get
the
a couple
issue.
of stomps in, you pretty much
You were like
guarantee
fast
any
enough,
squishy is
Rafa.
going
You were
down,
just
which is
a little bit out.
extremely powerful.
Yeah, also,
you got
you
hit
gotta
by the
feel
second
pretty good
set.
against the Darkrai on the other side with this Pokemon, right? Like, you get trapped in its Unite move, who cares? You probably win that 1v1 in every situation, especially with Serena's Unite move, and, well, they're gonna be the first ones to initiate one stomp right into the Unite move.
Anyway,
on
what
top of that
what do you use to check the stream things that NVIDIA channel play?
Save it for the Darkrai, but no, instead
check
they
what?
decide to use it here. Darkrai goes
To
down
check
to
what
the
happened
Mammo
there.
Swine.
Is it
We have
just
the
that
Unite
NVIDIA
move
shadow
come
play?
right on
Yeah, I
crashing
just have
down
shadow
as
play.
they are looking
Yeah,
to
I
rip this objective.
click it so
Here
it
we
takes
have
a while to load.
Inteleon. They show their face for just a moment, and Mbappe gets the KO.
Mbappe still has 3 Unite moves,
Yeah,
by
I
the
should
way. Like,
mess
they have
around
so
with that
much
and
left in
see
the
if I
tank.
can
They took
enable
that
mine as
fight
well.
relatively dry
Never
to be
tried.
honest. And now
It's
Groudon
nice when
will
you
get
do like
knocked out by
the
Lucario.
6-minute
Unite
clip
move just
feature
to
or whatever,
ensure the
so
fact
then
that
you're
it
not
gets
like
KO'd.
wasting
Good
space,
call,
but
but you
you
got
can
no vision of that Zacian. You never
back
know where that
quickly.
Unite move's going to come from. So great play call, but they take it down, and yeah, I don't think Kira's going to be able to handle 4 enemy Pokemon all with Groudon buffs at once.
Yeah, here they come, heading towards this goal zone untrepidatiously as they are looking to score and make a statement in game number 2. They did not look like the team that won the winners finals here against La Poria in game 1. It might have been a draft diff, but Mbappe completely dominated that Groudon fight and most of the match in the later half, I would
Who
say.
says Lucario's bad?
Yeah, and in both games,
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Right.
tough to call this out for these players because they're so strong, but I mean, Zacian now 0 for 2 in this draft so far. So an interesting matchup, and the Extreme Speed Lucario from Chris Smith looking fantastic in this game. I thought they were unimpeded by a lot of the enemy. I know they have rock tunes, but a lot of those. Olga doesn't have a lot of stuns to work with, so good pick from Project Mbappe. Yeah, take them down. Korea at 2 digits.
You're no match for me.
Yeah, great. You know, I don't know enough about Christmas Pokemon pool.
Damn, third place.
But I will say with
Should
the
be
way
second
that they are
place.
playing, it feels like they are, as we often say, very good and cracked on the sticks. Yeah. If I'm a player that plays that well, I do want to play something that I can kind of outplay my opponents in a big way. And I do think there's way more outplay potential in something like Lucario than there is in Metal Claw.
I like it into Metal Claw Zacian as well. It can be a somewhat predictable move with that Metal Claw play rough, and he's making dodge a lot of that up front.
They were just saying Lucario wasn't doing that well.
There, Celeste really taking a lot of the spotlight. Knockout, level 15 by the end of the game, obviously. I think they were level 14.
Light flame.
Very, very impressive stuff.
Yeah, that looked incredible. Mbappe very much back. Maybe just having a rocky game one. Maybe their draft was picked apart a little bit. Maybe they had some Pokemon or some players, I should say, excuse me, on the wrong rolls. By the way, look at Lola. 159,000 healers. Holy.
I think that's kind of the key to tell the story of the two. Hitman has a very, very abnormal 0 knockout. However, 87,000 damage. But again, this healing from Miss Blissey will do such a phenomenal job. Topped up that prevents final last hits for Captain. So important in some of these fights. I mean, healers are back, right? It's crazy. Healers are back.
They fully are, and I do think you know, when you look at something like Time Shot, you almost, it's not entirely, but you almost kind of have a one-for-one cleanse if you're playing right? So every Time Shot that hits, you have an easy, like, egg, and the eggs are a lot easier to make. So you really get a lot of value out of it, and I think we both were impressed a little bit when we saw Darkrai and not safe that. Well, now you see why.
Yeah. 159k is a pretty good defense in that category, I think. So, obviously, Roland absolutely crushing it with another new team this year.
Only I can protect her.
Only I can protect her.
If I am Lathria, I think that is absolutely a Pokemon that is hitting the main. I do not think Blissey makes it.
But don't you see why they make coffee biscuits? Ah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Suicune...
An in-lore reference inside.
I was wondering about the call. Maybe you don't ban it. Maybe you fish it for yourself. But I like what they did. They made sure that they didn't have to deal with Suicune. If you have melee brawls like Rita, Lucario, Knight, they get rid of that as a factor. They take Blissey for themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like the Mamoswine is more the role of the Suicune in these fights rather than the support that would normally switch it, because when we see a lot of impact can be is huge team fight potential, and then it's really combo. Of course, the reasons are hard to deal with, and be impactful for the Suicune. More importantly, they're setting up another team, or another player on your team to get a big amount of damage. We saw a lot of earlier on in this tournament was any kind of Suicune stun, if like an immediate Psycho Boom was smashing that area, or some kind of big burst damage. But Namos one is kind of serving that same role on this team. A lot of Ice Fangs are really teaming up the rest of the team to gain confidence, which is great to see. Already a lot of team synergy on this squad, and still in early days for this competitive season. So exciting stuff for Project Bob.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think one of the most exciting parts about running getting a lay of the land, and I hope it's actually also really beneficial for you, right? Because this is a big moment for all of them to sort of take stock in what's going on, see what the meta looks like, actually get to see how their team plays against real top teams in their region. And Mbappe looks fantastic.
Yeah, I've loved it. Lathria having a great game in that game number 2 of this set to come back. Maybe a rare miss from Mbappe. We were going to kind of call it there before, but what a time to capitalize. We headed into draft again. I'm really expecting that Blissey ban, but maybe not when you're on Coco side, potentially. Okay, Lathria, follow my advice. Coach Joint strikes.
Yeah. See, I told you. You never know. As we're looking for our first pick right here, Suicune available, but they could try to steal something.
Check the diva.
Yeah, let's think of what other option you would even.
Darkness be gone.
There's
Okay, well there it is. Yeah, Zacian going to be locked in. Now, Mbappe has played Lucario into this matchup. Being said, it was telling him spots in the game in that matchup. matchup. Still very
I think we should be okay. It's just the fizz range I died.
So maybe La Furia kind of calling the bluff a little bit. Maybe it'll fall back their way again.
Maybe.
We shall unleash the light within.
Maybe didn't want it, or we
Terrifying.
could be just like
No,
completely avoiding
I
this
won't
Pokemon.
let you.
This seems a little crazy to me, but they're hiding the rest of their picks on Mbappe, right? We have Crystal, we have Eldegoss. This is a great opportunity for La Furia to do the same thing, which looks like what they are doing, hiding the rest of their picks as well. We have the Hoopa, we have the
And yeah, a lot of switching. This is no Fable in this game. So maybe a bit surprising to not see either of those options. Mbappe gonna have to reveal some of their damage dealers. Because has played a lot of his Latios in today's tournament. So no surprise to see them lock it in. Crispin's gonna return to Lucario well.
Yeah, Lucario is back in this match. And I'm not
power
surprised at all. It looks like they're very much at home on this Pokemon. And I don't know if they have too many other picks they would like to bring out. I think just that this Note is playing a pretty good trio as well. But, I mean, Hitman on the other side says, no, I'll pick it up if you don't want it. Final pick over to Project Mbappe. We have the Celestial. We're going to see what they want to bring out. We've actually seen quite a few different looks.
Green, are you alright?
Yeah, they're always going to be the last one. I think no matter what on this team, they have so many Pokemon available to them. They're going to go back to the grid. So, fortunately, not giving me a surprise pick because I've been loved still. It was so good. It's really hard to count that against them going into this game at number 4 draft.
I am Logrith,
One interesting thing
servant of
is
Zodiac.
I don't think Project Mbappe has a whole lot to counter in terms of
I shall
right?
restore the power of darkness to its star.
Sure, it's nice having something to knock
Presence.
Pokemon out of portals.
Future.
Not that you'll have the option
Infinite possibilities condensed into a single moment.
with Pokemon like Rio,
Okay.
the way those moves are balanced right now, they normally receive them.
Yeah, I think you're right. However, you're dead on too that this really doesn't go either way. I mean, we have 3 Pokemon that like to get the enemy safe and alive. 2 of them with some pretty powerful auto attacks, right? So you've got the Tachi and shots that both feel like really good users of the situation. But at the same time, Portal is just incredible, right? And Portal 2, so also, I have my Ace up.
I'm super excited to see Ace.
Yeah.
I love this Pokemon. I'm super excited to see it in this game. It's Fraggle. Bring us in.
Your purple team won in our best of 5 project.
Becomes the darkness.
2 games right now. If they win here, they win it all. They win the ground on Gauntlet, the bragging rights, the lion's share of that prize pool, and the
Okay, this time, ignore the Dragoon. They're always lost.
By the fake Jake.
Oh, ruination.
La Furia said 1 means send 1.
See, now we know.
Here
we go into the top half. We have Hitman.
That's fine.
3 making their way up here. Maybe a bit of a sneaky score. And yes, they do go for it. They do go for that stack after stealing.
1A2, 1A2.
Area, not that quick. So they're going to take a little bit extra and then go to the bottom left. 3.
1A2.
Hitman going to try to join him. And it's the duo making a mad dash. In the middle. Not too great. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you need to really have ice water in your veins for some of these labs. You see a lot of these top players. They understand the timing of these situations. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. I know Chris Heroes used to talk about this all the time, but one of the most interesting and kind of devastating parts of United is that there's no safe farm by definition. Everything's contestable, which does make everything an objective and every last hit a contest. No rest for the wicked, especially Unite players.
Her awakening is incomplete.
Yeah, another
Their
mad dash.
memories
Even
weaken
7
the
points.
link.
Being a real mess.
Such impediments to our resonance must be expunged.
That is an unfortunate one, and we have Kratos pushing forward right here. With the tag on
To me,
still the
Hristalga.
Ready?
what a team from last season.
Go.
That was
I know. We got a spiritual successor in our bracket today. It's the apple juice. Maybe crowd on gauntlet. This time Kratos still coming. Again, that grand final tie winner playing for this. Right, that's true. I mean,
I told you it would make a great necklace.
Now they are back to the grand finals. I have heard. I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I'm speaking. I have heard this might be their last tournament, by the way. They were mentioning they were retiring.
Going towards B side. Yellow.
Yeah, and by the
Fine, we're probably.
filling in for a player that I have switched their name with countless times.
Second is center.
They're filling in for Kyrgios, so I just a public apology.
I need some love.
Not on infinite times I mixed up their names.
They're even. Melees, be careful. You guys are the only ones that have buffs. No buffs.
You don't know what I mean. You don't know what it's like. I'm trying to figure out if I can pronounce over here.
Don't sack this. Hit
Right,
A.
Red Seal. Oh, Rocky just a little bit early for Dutch. Cannot steal that one away. Now it's a four-player push towards the top side. It's Crispin and Celeste slowly rotated the top, but hard to get time to get the Reggie elected either. We're actually going to challenge the hit.
Wow, this is not going well for Project Mbappe. We have not seen much in this top path right here, but clearly they've been having some problems. Even though I've seen this 2v1 almost that entire time. Mufasa now getting jumped on, getting stomped on, taken up into the air with the Unite move. However, they are not down. Unite move right back the other way. They survive the volley from their opponents here, grabbing the berries, and this fight goes well.
Okay, sword combo.
I walked over the dragon head so many times and it didn't, like, it didn't register a single time.
You have to intercept it. You cannot walk. You cannot walk at it. You have to intercept it.
Execute damage. A Pokemon like Russell also
I guess I was
has a
too
ton
late.
of HP that the max HP execution is real good on.
No, I had the stack with the blue pink. Which dragon head should I get? The one with far, right?
So good. I love
Which one you had?
It's just like an
The stack and the blue
I
pink.
understand why Sacred Sword has
You
been
had so
played
the
for a long
yellow
time, but if your
stack?
opponent's plan on
Yellow stack.
falling, that
Yeah,
you
you
would
can
be-
get a dragon head.
giant difference.
Or you just get a...
And hey,
Yeah, you don't get a
Yeah,
chance.
yeah.
You get the
I
plans
mean
at
the
B.
puddle.
yeah,
The
it's
puddle on far, right?
Very nice.
Yeah,
No, it's color coded,
Okay,
so you get a
5
marker
minutes
with
now,
B.
and
Oh, the B.
obviously
Okay.
running circles
Yeah.
around
Got the wrong
Project
one then.
Mbappe at this moment. Have not found an opportunity to rally back, and La Praia's positioning on the map currently, they're defending both of these objectives. They do not want Project Mbappe to have an easy way back into this
Alright,
match at
let's keep
all.
going then.
Drea playing in this tall grass mostly for intel, and Hoopa just waiting by that portal for whichever side Mbappe tries to push. Their team's going to be ready to
We're
defend.
getting it though.
Obviously, they're not playing
Yep.
for intel, and Teleon wasn't picked in this match, but they are playing for intelligence, aka information about what's going on with their opponents.
Ah, okay. Thank you so much. I was pretty confused. Yet another coup de grace, but this one not going to take a knockout. Instead, Project Mbappe's defense holds strong as all 5 members still up in this fight. Audio still safe in the backline. Grisman bone rushing to safety for the rest of their team as everyone tries to group up around Roland.
fair.
Tough deals that can hit the
I know we were in the midst of a bit, but what an incredible fight there from
Yeah.
Mbappe. I mean, I cannot believe more of them did not go down. That was just crazy.
Yeah, again, this Eldegoss did a real good job keeping everybody up. I guess this might be just great target priority. Shut down these divers one at a time, make sure they don't have enough time to have that impact they want.
Spread.
Your team.
Here we go. Lucario looking to pick up a kill. Oh, just barely misses it there on the level 12. Zacian, very, very close.
All right, Duck just set these rock cubes again, trying their best to kind of prevent Hoopa from being close to that
There's actually.
at any given time, but right now they got to contend with this Aegis Slash. Hoopa goes down extremely quickly, so didn't have the Unite move to have access to.
Fight
Still
Mr.
a great target to take down early in any team fight is going to be that main support.
Moving forward right now. Trust the Unite was just unbelievably mean. That revenge damage. Basically just setting up a situation where you just want to stick on your opponent's At the same time, you get those stuns, extra push. I mean, you get why it won the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a fun Pokemon to play and watch. I think we're starting to see some world's class skill expression on this Pokemon. I say starting, I kind of get more
Lightning
last
Gun.
year or so. It's been a
Lightning
lot of
Key.
fun taking over the competitive
Lightning Key.
circuit. Obviously, it doesn't have some of the
And Lightning Bolt.
great defender, great tank position. I would say Umbreon is up there, but also that they count some of these other options. Like Umbreon into the list for that you mentioned.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that Umbreon is still good, and at one point it stole 100%.
Yeah.
Wow, what a like a whole year and a half.
Speed. Yeah, they certainly more of a time than it has ever been done.
Okay.
Nice going to fall to Arias. A little bit of that age buff. Not as relevant, maybe with how quick some of these team fights have been. Especially now that Kratos spawned into
Slow
Latios.
Not too slowly.
Back inside to see some of these early combos. They land one move and they're immediately snapping into that Latios Unite. Trying their best to burst down any target they find because fighting these fights 5v4 is a whole lot easier.
Look at this.
The fires of conflict.
Less than 2 points separate these teams here. A minute 30 on the clock, and they are moving towards Groudon right now. A full rip.
Damn!
Hoopa stunned to try to keep some of those targets out, but it will be going over to La Paria, though Hoopa not only gets the stun, but they also get secure. Groudon buffs are going to be all the way over to the purple team. 4 Pokemon, I believe now only 3 Pokemon will have that Groudon buff and be moving to score, but no one from Prog and Mbappe will have the Groudon circuit to handle.
In those
Instead, they're going to need to do this the old-fashioned way. Run all the way to the other side of the map and steal the buffs from there.
Wow, I mean a 4 KO there from the H-Slash. Beautiful Quadra. That fight, I mean, they just go for that full rip, hoping that they can get them on the back foot.
The light shall usher in peace.
Desperately trying not to give up one of these buffs here. It's handed over to Lucario, one of the better targets. And we have one of Kratos as well. This is not over with 40 seconds left.
Do they spot the... No, they don't spot the Aegis Slash. So, the boss is going to be able to rotate all the way back to the overall zone. So kind of add 100 points in the future here for La Paria. We're at 307. It is going to come down to a score range, but Anisus as well going to be moving towards that tier 2.
Yeah, and here's the situation that La Paria has in front of them. They might just peel away from this. They don't have enough points to make some of this happen, right? So even with this, it's 574, 451. 10 seconds left, pushing forward. We have the Unite move from Latios. One goes down. They need points to score, but it just isn't enough. Dodrio rips through the entire squad, and Aegis Slash cleans it up as they're attempting to score on the
Jesus
goal
Christ.
zone. Wow.
Yeah, La Paria San Juan defending home turf exceedingly well. That was massive on that home goal zone. Everybody doing their best. You only got 10 seconds to work with. No time to plan a team fight around that goal zone. The short project Mbappe is La Paria tie this thing up and push us to a game 5, Frank.
574 to 473. Less than 102 points separate these teams as La Paria San Juan ties it up. Zero in the Discord's letting me know that Paria San Juan, you can get fresh chicken for only 210 pesos, which is roughly $11. Found that on their official Facebook.
Okay. All right, shout out. Well, this tournament is kind of a collab of everyone in the United community. So we gotta make sure our community of and they would be my favorite fight. I wouldn't overshare for that season.
We shall unleash the light within.
I want all of it.
I want someone in a costume at every land. I will be.
This better be an org, or I'm gonna be very disappointed. It's like, oh, we got evil geniuses. Well, I'm kind of more interested in La Paria San Juan. Thank you.
If our World's Finals is T1 versus La Paria San Juan, the absolute peak Unite setup that we've all waited.
It really would be great, especially if, you know, I want the esports sort of blogs and things like that, the Twitter posts that are like, this is what happens. If they find out that La Paria San Juan beat T1 in the grand finals, that would be heaven. Yeah, heaven.
Got it.
Perfect. Every way. Oh, can't wait.
Well, they have one more opponent to defeat in this time. And with a victory there, they lose the opportunity to choose their side. Perhaps Mbappe moving back over to that first pick position. Last time we saw them in this place, it was brilliant on the Blissey, having one of the most impactful Pokemon in that last game. And in this game, Uba, one of the most impactful Pokemon. But I don't see that one showing up in the banning phase likely. That's got to be some advantage. Between these two, I'm kind of surprised. We'll have to see if Project Mbappe wants to play this reactive or more, I guess, traditional.
I think the term is traditional or West. As we head into our draft right here.
Sir. Aos Island.
It is the Groudon Gauntlet after all. I mean,
I shall restore the power of darkness to the stars. Past, present, future, infinite possibilities condensed into a single moment.
I wonder if we're still going to get some target advantage.
Easy mode again.
Okay, so I think in the past we've been talking a lot about Celeste being into the draft. So far, this arena has been by far the surveilling Pokemon has been picking up, so I don't expect that to change. However, I did think with the Blissey being available, we'd see it. Griffin, if he does beat Mario, once on that.
Yeah, once that right here. It's been an interesting one. On the other side, not only are they getting the Dark Rides, they might get the Blissey as well. So far, I'm really loving this from Korea's San Juan. Project Mbappe is going to need to show something in this draft and handle this. I'm really curious if this is going to
Come to the darkness.
in this pick. I really like it with Blissey. Lucky is going back to that Mammal. Phenomenal for them. Big setup plays. And again, I know Christian is kind of a new addition to this team, but Lucky and Christian have played together for years at this point.
You're currently muted. I know. Jimmy mashing.
Something that excites me. Ooh. Okay, maybe we know what role.
Mashing so much to do my AoE.
well. I mean, we're heading into our last game right here, and they are putting the thumbs up on Zoroark. This is always one of those plays that could be game-winning the second it's locked in the draft, especially if you feel like your opponent's
D4C.
a shutdown unite move like we would see out of something like a Slowbro, but you have the single target from the
If you have to.
question is, are they going to be able to time it right into a full heal into a Zora? We will see.
Yeah, listen, I love the Zoroark combo. I think it's a very, very fun, especially with that Miraidon. That safe poke damage is going to make stuff a little bit easier in a lot of these fights. However, I do like Love Korea's draft in that phase.
Just a little slow on getting in.
They're not going to pick Umbreon in their immediate phase after.
I thought that was even
and then all
faster
of a sudden,
than usual, but
their options for
yeah,
supports
I'll
have
just
been
pay
shrinking
attention.
ever so quickly. So I really
Yeah,
do like the draft from
I start
Korea.
running
This
like
Scyther Dodrio
as
Darkrai,
soon as
that
the
is a
white
fast-moving,
AAs go off the
high-octane,
second set.
high-burst comp. They're going to look
Yeah,
to
I
end
tried
to
do
as
that.
quickly as they possibly can.
They have no range damage really to speak of. I mean, just Darkrai kind of going like this a little bit.
Right. Or
Outside
dual
of
wing
that,
beat kind of going like this. Like, come on.
Yeah, they really don't have much. I mean, it is full on diving in the enemy face the entire time. We're gonna have to see how that's gonna play.
I'm the only one.
Damn, no tick.
If you can catch it just a couple times, it is really difficult for this thing. But if it gets online, especially early, it's so hard to slow down. You're not slowing down, boys. This is coming to an end, though, because it is our last game of our grand finals here at the Groudon Gauntlet. Project Mbappe, your purple team. La Foria San Juan, your orange team. It all comes down to these last 10 minutes.
Another interesting mix-up, I guess, with the Rio headed down to the bottom side. I kind of expected them to be contending with the Zacian in this early game, but instead that will be the Scyther from Anissa. So I guess kind of filling into their standard roles, but Hitman playing this Dodrio instead of a ranged Pokemon is really going to have to
Vercure.
And it looks like Hitman decided to head back down to the bottom path right here. Obviously, they have to know Celestial is coming. Everything
Oh,
they have a Darkrai to answer it right here. Hit 3 with that. Really nice stuff. The full heal to make sure that they don't go down there. Very heads-up play there.
Yeah, I like Mufasa there as well, seeing that Celeste runs out of cooldown on that feint attack, knows that the combo's over, then you can kind of sleep by having more Scyther there to back you up with that big burst in. Not have the opportunity. Those birds appear and are gone. Mere seconds. Mufasa and Annie Simpson got the opportunity to take it.
Very close match so far. However, now that Zoroark is online and has the comeback collar, all eyes are going to need to be on shutting this Pokemon down. In the mean look, but they're still able to score on Cat.
Hey, so we're going with the mean look you don't see, well, I would say we don't see too often anymore, but actually it's kind of changed as of recent months. This mean look Umbreon is becoming a lot more popular. Especially with Zoroark Comfort, it can be tough to plan around those illusions, but still, if you land them right.
You know, I gotta say, I like the flex play here from Kratos. I don't know if they intended on picking the Electro Grip when they first captured this Pokemon, but into the enemy comp, I love it.
Yeah, it's really strong. Not only makes you a chance to chase down some KOs that would be outside your range otherwise, but also you dodge some of these incoming Pokemon that are trying to dive you in the back line. Scyther and Dodrio use their cooldowns to chase you, you simply go to the other side of the map.
Look at this here from Hitman, just trying to score on Pad. And we've seen this happen a
little
few
bit of
times. They're sitting on Pad, one of these speedsters, and they're just able to score in the enemy face. Zoroark moving in right there, beautiful mean look, but still gets the hit off. Any sus got close enough.
Sorry, forgot to that Celeste in a real dangerous spot. That mean look for the first time getting scary, but no, get KO instead. Darkrai KO for 2, and
here we go. We have the, siege on this gold zone from La Maria San Juan. They're trying to take them down as we have them heal back into Celestial in a lot of trouble right here. Roland getting caught now, a 2 for 1. Make it 3 as they move towards the Mamos line with the Unite move. That is a Quadra. Huge play.
Jesus.
yeah, that's a top 4 world Scyther if I've ever seen. Any Sun's really made a name for himself with this Pokemon all last year, but the World Championship felt like the perfect end statement. An amazing year for them. One of my favorite breakout players of the entire season. And it's been a blast to watch them.
That is too good, man.
It's your vibe.
The light shall usher in peace.
Arrow Club.
I didn't have anything to add.
Yeah,
Still mystifying.
Scyther's cool though. It did really well.
Yeah, it was fun. Yep.
Well,
all right, see ya. Here we are, the 6-minute mark. Hitman being chased down right here, not caught by the Earthquake Ice Fang combination as we have Celestial now running the map level 10 on this Zoroark. A very scary sight for La Poria, but if they can get any bit of a shutdown, they can take it down.
okay. Ooh, mean look dodged again by the perfect Zoroark illusion. I got Ducky falling on the sword of Team Project Bob. It seems like if Zoroark's making it out, there is no way Ducky is. That poor Phyllis line kind of served up on a platter quite a few times.
And here we go. We have the Rhydon healing away from
Yes.
this fight. Just kind of caught in an unfortunate situation. Zashi deciding whether or not they want to move in, but an extremely aggressive play here from Maporia as we have the Umbreon into the skies, fighting back against Celestial. The Unite move from Comfey, but they continuously get shut down. Here comes the Metal Claw, picks up a double KO. Darkrai trying to shut this down. Unite move on to Darkrai even, but they just can't stop them. Zashi continues to fight, continues to fall. Finally, Scyther comes in to break this up a little bit.
Yeah, a pretty late join of the fight by Kratos. I think they were kind of rotating back from the bottom side of the map still, but once they do, they can't clean up. And I think notably, they're missing that Miraidon passive sometimes in these team fights around the Darkrai. They would love that electric terrain to be set up, but Kratos not being there means they're absent of the sleep-free zone.
Yeah, that's true. Mammoth Flying jumping in, trying to set up a fight, getting caught in a mean look of their own, bringing them right back with the Ice Fang.
We shall unleash the light within.
Kratos on the other side, having to try to peel away from
No,
the Electro Drift.
I won't let you.
For that, it's charged up right now too. They can move in, they can look for a secure, and it looks like they are going to do just that. Takes the KO on the Darkrai.
Yeah, perfect opportunity to do so. For the first time, it feels like Darkrai was kind of fighting without the Blissey pocket, or Dodrina kind of backed them up, and such a great execution by Mbappe. But they're going to be pretty greedy with this one. Try to push on this tier 1, maybe get a break or just a few little scores. This was a very, very threatening flank from the top side. Dodrina trying to play a little more defensive, to focus our attention to the red dice.
Yeah, and here we go. Nice secure setup, but no, it goes to the Umbreon. I mean, unbelievable moment right there. It was so low. Yeah, it was a basic. Insane play right there, but that happens sometimes. You just need just low enough for someone to hit it. I mean, we've seen a Comfey secure a Rayquaza, so we've seen it all.
Yeah, it's true. It is a scary place to be when you see you do your big move. You're like, I got these guys. All of a sudden, turn around and that Pokemon is still up. Not a good one. Guess why didn't you guys hit it?
Oh yeah, it's always good to blame your team in that situation.
I'm learning from my competitive career.
Yeah. Man, I would do so well as a comp player with just a lot of moves like that. Why'd you stop hitting? Oh man. Another tournament loss.
Alright, so let's just try to clean up. Not at that level 4. You saw this arena get to in previous matches, but still Zoroark is pretty threatening. And on the fast track to that number, this could be a scary spot though. Crispin is firing back and that side throw goes down. Zay's been absolutely devastating on that push down from top side. Here we go.
Infinite possibilities condensed into a single moment.
Darkrai decides not to take any further. 159, 229. So just a simple score separation this here. You do have no Rio that can peel off and kind of continue to work. You also have tier 1 outside of Lapuria. So there are opportunities for Mbappe. They decide to stay with Reggie Alecki. They let Lapuria assemble around Rayquaza. The question is, will they try to take this off the board quickly, thinking their opponents might push? You know they're going to take the fight fast. Going,
okay, Ducky gets pulled right into the ground on Paint Unite move. Will give them a little bit of shielding to work with. The Darkrai is so low, we'll likely have to go all the way back to the base to try to get their HP back. In the meantime, Anissa falls. This Zoroark and Zacian combo is just too much damage to deal with. Hitman gets a little bit of the knockup for triple trample, but they gotta just use all their movement speed to escape. Mufasa under half HP. Kratos has decided the Darkrai is time to go to sleep forever, and Groudon is only contended by Lapoyario from the Dodrio around the top.
Yeah, here we go. Dodrio trying to move in, can't find an opportunity. Dodrio now making a very smart play, I would say, to peel away from this fight. Rather than go down in that moment, they could possibly defend. The scoreline is still very close with the points, 279 to 229. Only 50 points separate the teams. It does look like Project Mbappe, they're up. The question is, how do they play it?
Single spot.
Chaotic
Kratos heading back home. Deciding to stay in all ground fighting. Possibly take the vote home, but they're still trying to figure out whether or not they want to make that play.
1-3 left.
Multiple members of Laporia deciding if they want to push.
C.
They were hoping
Going
that they would
to
have more
C.
members of Mbappe push onto the control zone, but I think they're realizing now that opportunity is
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, Zoroark does get spotted, and that is 2 Pokemon on the Groudon buff. So could just be a bit of a bait, and yeah, it does not look like they're going to take it. Instead, all the way towards that tier 1 on the bottom side. Zoroark going to attempt to score. They will get their 90 points in. They're going to try to take down that Pokemon.
Good rhythm,
Here
Frank.
we go. We have 1 KO defending right here.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be enough.
Onto the Darkrai. They hit it, but it is just not enough.
Yeah, too many deaths.
329 as Dodrio is looking to score here. Nice triple KO. And every member of Laporia San Juan is wiped off the map. A few more points and Project Mbappe become your Groudon Gauntlet Grand Finals champions.
The first and last annual Groudon Gauntlet Final Reckoning champions. Impressive stuff, and
damn,
with the winner
free.
side advantage, needed to win 2, but that got real close. In that matchup,
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Zoroark is still a very viable. Even in a lot of Pokemon that you don't want to see on the other side, the Mean Look, the Darkrai, a Blissey, you know, all of this stuff, it still doesn't matter if you are able to dance around them and pick up some big KOs. Mbappe, they are your winners. What a run.
Yeah, no kidding. North America does not go down to the losers bracket at all either. Mbappe able to take down every opponent that they found in their bracket today and, you know, take down the grand finals as well. No missteps, which is very, very impressive. It's such a giant bracket we had today.
It was strong NA team.
I mean, a very big.
Hopefully they can actually do well in
I'm very grateful for.
the LAIC.
Show their stuff, get ready for the UCS season, some of the tournaments heading our way. We do have a league format, but there are going to be teams that can pay their way in as well. So it's just going to be a very exciting time for Unite, and I'm glad we got to kick it off a little bit.
Yeah, this was so fun. And I mean, the great grand finals to boot as well. Maybe it wasn't a tie to finish and it was inside it, but still a really, really fun one. Draft choices that we saw throughout this matchup, but in the end, it felt like some really exciting team fights. Yeah, I mean, so many great games.
I think too.
I'm thinking back to so many teams that excited as we head forward. Final game right here. Roar moving in with that big time Unite move. Finding combos even in a mean look out is very nice. Yeah, I think they played around the mean look extremely well. I mean, still have obviously able to cleanse and dodge through those, but it felt like for the most part, if anybody needs to go down with some Mammoth lines up, always willing to take them.
Ooh, nice.
Great stuff. I love seeing Mbappe actually have, La Maria give him a real run for their money here in these grands too. Because winners, they look pretty dominant. Korea coming back in a
Only I can protect her.
Yeah, and something kind of exciting for me is in terms of Unite Championships 3-4 and things like that. This was a bit of a fight of a lot more like really young talent. Like Anysus gonna have them, they're big here last year. Christmas and Dump sliding at the end of last year. Like, it's just exciting that we have superstar level players still entering our game, you know, finally hitting the UCS age and being able to compete. We got, I don't know, it's gonna be a really fun season, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And things are so up in the air with some of our regions, right? I mean, I don't know exactly what EU is gonna look like. I don't know exactly what NA is gonna look like. I have a pretty good idea of some of the big teams for LATAM. They look like monsters. That's so unbelievably good. But yeah, this has just been incredible as we are bringing in our casters who joined us in the second half. Kyle obviously has been here from the beginning. Alex joined Kyle. What a day it's been. Maybe some final thoughts from each of you. What do you think?
I mean, this was just such an incredible event. Not only because this was one of the biggest moments right before we hit, kick off the season, but just seeing these amazing teams. We're seeing how NA is potentially going to be shaping up. We're seeing how different players are entering the fray, and honestly, it was just such an exhilarating ride, and I'm very grateful and thankful to have given a chance to be a part of this. It was so much fun. Everything was just outstanding, and honestly, this was just an amazing event to be part of.
I mean, insane work by everybody involved. I mean, this was, we were talking about it backstage. This is the first event that was a grassroots event broadcast on the main Pokemon Unite station. We put everybody involved put in so much work. Not only just the production team, everybody involved, everyone behind the scenes. And no, it ended like we had, what was it, 70 plus teams today? That was a huge showing from this community. So big shout out to everybody involved. And I had a lot of fun.
In terms of final thoughts, I love 6 bands in total. It's made this tournament really fun. I hope these Mega Pokemon get a little bit of nerfs so it gets more exciting in terms of both these sides, but still, either way, I feel like the format we're going into seems very, very fun. There's like a clear formula, but there's certain ways to break it, and that is really exciting for me. I think we're going to have some great matches upcoming. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it was really exciting. I also love the format. I love Groudon. I mean, I think he's so much healthier than Ray.
Oh, I think I did it too early.
There's have to.
I love getting to sit down and cast some games. Competitive Unite really is the best thing going in Pokemon Unite. I want to thank everybody who was
Yeah, Groudon definitely very helpful for the game.
I want to thank people who donated to make this
Fun little fact that I did not know in the Dragon Ball Nova, in the beta there was a comeback mechanic, the Grade 8.
Unleash the light within.
Yeah, it's a good thing it's not in the game. I've seen what it's basically Rayquaza. The Great Ape is Rayquaza. Nope, no. I would not play that game. After Groudon, hell no.
Which was very nice to help support the community, and of course, more than anything, everyone who
The actual chance of counterplay, yeah.
it wouldn't be a thing if people weren't checking it out. So thank you so much for spending an entire day watching that was pretty incredible. I love you guys. That's the end of the show. The Groudon Gauntlet. This is the first and unfortunately last annual Groudon Gauntlet. This was the final record. Goodbye, everybody. Yeehaw. And all the things. Get wrecking. Get wrecking, dude.
My power surges.
Better.
Oop, too far. Good tournament. Really good tournament.
Are you alright? I am thanks to you, Gaia. Neutron. I am Logric.
Okay, next downtime, I'll swap to something. I don't know what.
I shall restore the power of darkness to the stars. Past, present, future. Infinite possibilities condensed into a single moment.
Okay. Get to the center. Stay away from A.
Come to the darkness.
See a gigantic screen of black with like, what's the watch? Here, watch Matt McMuscles.
Ruination.
I got nothing.
Back to the now. Single swap.
Oh, chaotic dark! Descend and quench light!
A1D, A1D.
1D, right? How could you have?
Not again.
Okay.
Fucked up.
Shadows fall!
Let's just buy that. We're not making that. Let's see if that actually changed the thingy now.
Is your ping like really high right now? I don't know if the servers are messing up.
I noticed that during some polls, my Brotherhood is not triggering, so might be something like that.
Yeah, it could be.
I wouldn't blame that.
Yeah.
I just need to pay more attention.
Yeah, alright. Got one more pull for tonight.
I'm the only one fit to protect her.
Yep, on Dark Knight. Oh, I guess we weren't here when I was saying like, the moment I swapped the Dark Knight, like we have damage now.
A feeble steel protects nothing. Come, show me your strength.
Gonna stack. Two fours. Goes that please. Lightning please.
Blue safe. I think the dumb part is that I even said the things out loud. Actually, we're kind of fucked anyway because the monk died.
Fire 2. Fire 3. And fire 3.
He made it.
A feeble steel protects nothing.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, damage big time.
Only I can protect her.
Okay.
You would stoke the fires of conflict. Your blood shall freeze! Reap!
In those smoke. That's off size. AC going to D. Purple.
The light shall usher in peace. Sink into
Single.
silence.
cares?
Light consume you.
Nope, can't reach. They got Sheltron. They're
Okay,
fine.
Check your debuff.
Darkness be gone.
It's right after.
Still you resist. Then we shall unleash the light within. No, I won't let you. Ah! Green! She won't last much longer.
Yep. I'm guessing DDoS type shenanigans.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah. I think I just got the
Controller died.
oh well. Still, we did good today. Got the CCT a little bit more. Definitely gonna get there more tomorrow, so.
Good stuff, though, everybody.
Hopefully with less DGOS.
Alright. See you all tomorrow, same time.
Yep.
Have a good
Have a
night.
good one, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
I'd say good stuff. Yeah, the controller gave up right there, man. Yeah, definitely study up. They should definitely study up some more. Everkeep. Should probably unlock the deep dungeon on this character. Please be my friend if you like Osu, Tohu, and Camellia? No. Fire Emblem Fates. Oh god. Now I remember. Oh, that was the first time I looked at. Now I remember. Ugh. I hate that character that they introduced. all can do this out of combat? I don't need a target? Wait, it's not as expensive. What the fuck? It's only 400 MP? What the freak? Wait, I think I've been with this group before. There's a trap party. Wait, did they change Asuna's animation? They did. Alright, I guess I'll call it here. Have a good night.